Hello everyone. Guess who's got 2 thumbs and forgot his headphones? This guy. So hopefully you can hear the music, but I can't. So it's for your benefit tonight. Welcome everybody. It is just gone 7 o'clock on a Sunday, and it's the 16th of March. We're going to be taking a look at a bunch of stuff. I'm in the middle of a big rebrand, everybody. If you've been here for the last 2 streams, you probably noticed 5 Below 5 will shortly become Scuffed Epoch. People ask me why. Maybe we'll discuss it later on. So, essentially, we have the trademark on Scuffed Epoch. So we've got that for AI training and for a bit of merchandise stuff like posters, hats, t-shirts, that kind of thing. So... but mostly it's because there's a thrift store in the US that gets insane traffic and we're just getting like buried. So got to change the name. Obviously they don't exist in the UK, but changing the name. So that's what's happening. Slowly we're changing everything over. So first thing I'd like to say, as always, is if you're watching live or if you're watching later, don't forget to join our Discord. The join link is in the description of this video, so you should be able to easily jump in. Okay. Full dive. Thank you very much. It's true. The channel is actually, we're 1 year in and we're changing the name. Brave. Just got to get it done, guys. But to that note, if you go to scuffedepoch.com, you'll find we have a new website. The new website is basically the same as the old website, but it's got a few cool new changes. So there is a link to my GitHub, which just takes you straight there. That was like the most important thing because this is where all the action is. There is a Comfy UI page, which I'm going to update. This is all old. I haven't updated this page for like a year, so I've got a lot of work to do. Like literally, it doesn't even have the photo flux pack. This is all SDXL era. So it's kind of cool to see as a bit of history, but yeah, that's out of date. So we're going to get that sorted. Also, we've got the nodes page. So this is all my custom node projects. So obviously DJZ workflows. It's not really a node project, but it's Comfy UI. So that's my DJZ nodes. There's the community collective nodes. There's the DJZ pedalboard, Cockro TTS, and XTTS. Those are my 3 sort of, wrappers, I guess you could call them. And then if we go to the Gradio page, it's the same thing. These are all my Gradios that you can install and use on your local machine. There's empty slots for when we're going to add more, of course. There's probably going to be more pages. The games page is still there with the Synced Arcade. So these are all of our LLM games that we made on live. The music page is now all of my albums. You can jump, it goes to Spotify. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to ask if you want to open the app, if you've got the app, that kind of shiz. And then obviously the radio. Now the funny thing about the radio is it even going to work? I don't think that's going to work, mate. Oh no, it does work. Okay, cool. It's just not got an okay. So I need to fix the SSL certificate for it. Because, it's technically this is still on 5 Below 5. I haven't actually moved it because it's all on the same server. You get away with it. Okay. So that is the deal. So we've updated the site. And of course, where is it? Where's the YouTube link? See, I'm terrible, man. Sheesh. Welcome. Wait, what? What happened to the... Hang on a minute. My video's gone down. I'm stuck in the black void. Give me a second, ladies and gents. Do you know I just reset this? How did it crash in the first 9 minutes? Give us a minute. Technical difficulties. I just need to pay the gnomes. There we go. They're back up. They were on strike, clearly. All right, we're back. I don't know. Mr. Coffee, need water. Yeah, true. It is Sunday. Dragon says, hang on, where did it cut out? Did it cut out while I was still talking about the music? I don't know where it cut out, but something cut out. Anyway, I have the same problem you are navigating. I created my company and there's a major fashion handbag brand with my company name. Yeah, exactly. It's terrible because the thing is, even if you do a Google search, you don't find them because they're not in the same category as you. But then you find out that the internet doesn't care. So, but that's the reason. So we're moving over. We are now scuffedepoch.com and we're slowly moving everything over to Scuffed Epoch. The other thing, of course, that's changed, the Discord is now Scuffed Epoch official. I wanted to show the YouTube, but for some reason I can't even find. Oh, here we go. YouTube Scuffed Epoch. So visit, and it should now be Scuffed Epoch, and we are live. Isn't that cool? Thank you very much to all the members. I'm going to start making some members content soon. I know I've been promising to do it for ages, but it's actually going to happen now. So it's all part of the rebrand. So there it is. Right then, hopefully I'm not like over chatting terrible parts of the music, because that is something that I do. Do you know what I mean? And I can't hear it, so I'm literally tone deaf to the music tonight, so you'll have to forgive me. So right then, I think that's the roundup done, guys. So I'm going to disappear. And we're going to get into it. So yeah, haha, we got loads of time. This is nice. So what's new, everyone? Well, got new models out. This isn't the only one. We got two, and I have to do some testing. So we're going to get the prompts. We're going to have to make some prompt lists, all kinds of stuff like that. So it's going to be fun. Allergic to new name, maybe. Well, let me tell you the story of why I called it Scuffed Epoch. Okay, Scuffed Epoch is what happens when you don't caption your model right, and I'm here to make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, so it's kind of like a mission statement in a way. The Scuffed Epoch is the overcooked one, the undercooked one, the one with the wrong settings, the one with the bad captions. That's what the Scuffed Epoch is, right? So my whole thing is we're going to learn to not have Scuffed Epochs, right? So we're not going to put out Scuffed Epochs because we're going to learn how to do it. That's, you know, AI education. That's the idea. It's like, don't fail the test, you know? Right. So then, I need to grab for Anime V3. I don't even have it myself. We're also going to have to make some changes. What? Bid to feature this model. What? I've never seen that before. You can bid to feature the model. And then you can go into an auction house. Are you serious? Well, I'll just whack down 5,000 buzz and just be like, yeah, sure, I'm first now. Yeah, go on then. Isn't that really dumb? Hang on. I'm not even there. Oh, wait, first. Okay, so if I like... So now I'm top. With 10... Whoops, I clicked it twice. Ah, damn it. First time in the auction. Anyway, let's test this Laura out. Ah, and surprise. It does look like a money pit. See, the thing is, you know what I mean? I just slapped 10k down because, to be honest, I need to burn it on training. I'm never going to do this again. But we're going to see what happens, all right? So let's go to the asset and see what we're at right now. Where are we? We're at 34 downloads and 32 paints. Okay, so it literally just came out yesterday. All right, so first things first, we're going to have to improve this. So what I do is I delete the original training data, but download it first. And there's a reason for that, because you might have changed the captions in the training process because it's got like all that append stuff. Now, I know I didn't, but I need to know that the captions which I'm giving out are actually matching what was trained, right? So if you trained it on site, like I did, you need to make sure that you've got these. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to unzip the actual thing. So I've got the save tensors already. That's in the bag. We can just throw that down. Wait. Oh no, we haven't actually downloaded it yet. Hang on. I thought I asked it to download. It gave me version 6. Ah, that's because that's the one I published. Sorry guys, I was just having a little bit of a brain derp there. Yeah, this one converged at version 6. I found that versions 9 and 8 were actually way overtrained, so I elected to go for a midpoint convergence, right? Should mean it's better image to image, but look, when I saw this image I was like, oh my god, that is exactly like I could literally pull the image out of the data set. So it's such a tight train. I was like, yep, that's the one. You know, even though the rest of them had like magical blue eyes and all this stuff later, I was like, to be honest, this is so accurate, I need to play with it. So we released an early epoch this time. Normally I release epoch 9s because they're the ones that pass the testing, but this was a different case. Okay, and I think it's because of the captions. The captions are way more accurate than ever before. The QuenVL is a huge improvement, and this is what I was predicting. Remember, we used the branching route that was already there, and then we added in the QuenVL by append. So this is like a new method I've been showing off. It's not really new, it's just fully automated now, rather than having to go through some service or do it all manually with cut and paste, which is like takes forever with thousands of captions. We can just automate it now. So, for example, yeah, let's do it. Let's find the image. It's in here somewhere. Hang on. Right, where's the ones? Oh. Dude. No, it's not that one, actually. There's another one like that in here. It's close to that one, though. That one. There's a little bit of that one as well, see? Let me just... Right. Oop. Come on. Move. There we go. That's not bad for a LoRa, because remember, LoRa doesn't actually train the images. It's kind of like a patch on the weights that already exist. So, you know, I've trained a lot of LoRas, and I've had them be similar before. And obviously it's not the same, right? But that's uncanny, you know what I mean? If we were to look at some of the other images of this type, you'll see, you know what I mean? It's an average of all of them, which is what I wanted, okay? So, anyway, I just thought it was interesting. So let's get on with the job, which is quite simply... See, it's funny, I've ended up making a whole bunch of different ways of doing this job because, you know, I don't know, it's not really like I'm lazy. Here, let me show you. If I just do Control-C here, open up a comfy, make a new tab, open it up and say captions to prompt list, which is one of my DJZ nodes. We can go path to data set like that. Okay. We can do a show text, and we can do a show text. And that will give us the file name. This will give us the list. Right. It's just like that. Cute. Oh, not 88 of them though. Oh, too late. It's just too fast. But anyway, we've done it. It's just we probably made like 80 of them. Don't worry. So there we go. There's the prompt list that features all the captions. It's kind of hard to believe that they're all there, but apparently they're all there. So yeah, training data, and it's going to go to the same folder. So let's just have a look at where we were. Refresh. Oh, I dread to think. What have I done? Oh, it's not there actually. So wait, where did I save it? Dude, where's my captions? let's go Spelunky in the comfy output folder and see if we can get some clues. I don't see anything here, man. Where does it save them? It's like, it's funny, it's my thing. Alright, this is actually a cool little side quest. How the hell do I know one of my nodes? Okay. Come to my node page, scroll past the pile, and go to detailed nodes documentation, and then search for the documentation. Right. Where does it go? Where does it save it? Outputs. Okay, if path is data, my data set, output file will be my data set. Okay. But where does it get saved though? You come here and find out that I didn't tell you. Oh, did I cancel it? Because I... Let's try it again. Just get one this time though. Mystery. Is it a mystery? Oh, do you know what? I'm just being an idiot. Of course it doesn't save it. Why would it save it? I haven't even done a save node, have I? See, I've got it here, but you've got to use a save node, right? So put the output file name and the right. So okay. So the combined captions will go to the text, and then the output file name will go to the file, and then we can say append and new line. I think that works. And if you really wanted, you could just chain it through like that, But yeah, same thing. Looks a little bit nicer now. And let's find out where it actually goes. Hey, it goes into output. So I yeah, me being me, just forgot to actually save the text file, which is usually helpful when you're, trying to do that. So this one is going to be Thora v3 captions, and I like to put the trigger at the front there, even though I probably shouldn't do that, because then whatever, it just helps. Or it can help. So obviously this one's going to need to go into my custom node folder for the prompt lists, right? So that's the first place it's going to go. So comfy UI, custom nodes, DJZ nodes, we're going to go into prompts, we're going to paste it there, and then I'm just going to go back, and we're going to zip it up, right? And once that's zipped up, go back to the Civet I, and this is when we do the thing here. So at the moment, it's got the images. Ooh, if you were an early bird, you could have taken my data set. It's fine, I don't mind. But the point is, it's gone now. And what we're going to replace it with is... Oh, it's still there, apparently. Refresh. It's caching. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace it with the captions list. So then anybody can take that. Even though it's going to be on the GitHub as well in a minute. It's just like, just trying to help people with, because you could train an LLM on the captions for the model. Now your LLM is fine-tuned for this LoRa, in a sense. And all that's going to come in really handy when we start generating our initial frames for image to video with matching video prompts. Which is where we're headed. That's where we're headed, guys. Okay. So yeah, we've done this. So that means we got to update the DJZ nodes prompts. And we've got to add that file. While I'm here, are there any more? Yeah, we'll close that. Forward. There we go. Brilliant. Okay. So yeah, by the way, the thing about that money pit, if my downloads are like 100 in a couple of days, it did nothing. Okay? That's the blind test that we're doing there. Make a big bid, see if it makes any difference. If it doesn't make any difference, you know what I'm saying? Anyway. I don't normally have anything worth bidding on, but a generic anime girl model might actually, do you know what I mean? Because that's what she is. She's my generic anime model. Even though that is the character from all of the airship stories I write, it's fine. I've given her out already in SDXL. There's a Flux version already, you know. But, yeah. Rebate time. Right. But that's it. See, I get to be the canary, so you don't have to. We're going to refresh the page now. Ooh, it's had 2 more downloads, guys. Definitely worth 10k. That's going to be the meme, by the way. It'll probably not make any difference. But, I don't know that. We'll see. Right. This is updated. That's updated. Okay. I've downloaded the LoRa. That'd be a good thing to do next, right? Put it in the right place. So let's go to models, Moodles, and then into Luras, Flux, Civet, and where is my folder gone? Is that it? It'll do. Right. Drop it in. So there it is. And that's not all. We've got more. I've been sneaking. I've been holding back on you guys. So guess what else I've got? I've also got Not the True World version 6, which is pretty huge. All of these demo images are completely scuffed. However, I'm going to take 9 and 6. There's something about 6 which is on point for what I've been trying to create. And what it's done is it's averaged every single style because there's no triggers, but there's full prompts. I did this by accident. I added the Quen prompt and no triggers by accident. And so when I did the demos, because I used the wrong version of the captions basically. And so as a result, what's happened is, scene 6 and 9, eh? Vascular Decametron is decoding my meme magic. Oi! You'll take away my powers! So, what I noticed was that this is an excellent blending of every style in the model, which the later style can't really do. Even though we culled the images to make sure they all had the same count, minimum of 5 each per style, I didn't actually hand pick them. So I bet what's happened is some of those images in each of those styles has become more impressionable. And so as it's trained, it's ended up giving a bias to certain styles when it was combining them all, which I think is interesting. And yes, this is overtrained. All right. But yeah, because remember I told you guys the goal was to create worlds which don't have ground or water. Now, I know there is water there, but I think it might actually be in the prompt. Yeah, look, see, it's in the prompt. So you can't complain when you asked for it and it happened. And you didn't want that, don't put it in the prompt. But these are captions that was trained on examples, so I think by removing those things, I'm going to be able to pull it off, because I need to illustrate big floating rocks in this corridor world. Okay? Even if it's just for the cover of the first book that comes out, because it's going to happen. It's getting extremely close. We're probably going to end up with 3 books coming out at once. That's what I'm aiming for. 3 books at once, and maybe a short story compendium, just so you got 4 of them. Okay, that's the idea. Obviously, we've been doing all the writing stuff in the writer's room, features this last sort of week. But we're also going to start doing the other stuff. How do I get my cover in the right format? What about inserts? What about, DPI for printing and stuff? All of that stuff we're going to talk about and go through, because I'm going to have to create my assets for my books as well. I think that it's a good idea to do full color inserts in the middle and then have a really nice cover, right? Because it's not an art book, it is a story. But sometimes I think it's cool to have 4 to 6 pages in the center that are full color. Yeah? Anyway, something to think about. Right. So we downloaded 6 and 9. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw those bad boys over into my Laura folder. And Comfy should be already running, so there's no need to change anything. So let's pull out a workflow. Oh, that's a point. I'm going to need the new, not the true world captions. So let's do the same thing that I just did, as it's already set up. If I go back and go to the files icon, I can download that data set again, just like we did just a minute ago. And then I'll unzip it, give the path to my workflow, and have it dump another file. All right. So let's see. We will. It looks like I already downloaded it, but I can't see that file anywhere, which is very strange. No. Windows is spelt with a Z, not a W. Z-E at the end. Right, there we go. So we've got the file, we'll put that in there, chuck that in there. I don't know if that's going to work with the bracket one, guys. I think it might break. Let's find out. Nope, it's fine. And as you can see, in the actual, in the correct model, NTTW style is the main trigger, Cloud Rig is the sub trigger. So then you can call on the blended style of all 36 architectural styles, or you can call on the individual styles by name. So you're able to pull out and blend those all in one LoRa. It's actually like 33 styles in one. That's why it's able to pull out so many different types of edge and sharpen them. When you use it in passive mode, I mean, because you're actually hitting on some of the words in your prompt, which is enough to pull in some data, because it's covered so many different things. There's 33 different styles. I figured this out with my 350 style LoRa back in 2.1. This is just like a simplified version of that. Right. So that means we've got another training data somewhere to find. Let's kill that. Let's kill that. Let's kill that. Right, so we get another one. See, there's just infinite folders everywhere. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to find things. I want to go into... Come on. See, one day I'm going to be going so fast, I'm going to drag K into network, or Linux into Google Drive, or something horrific, and you'll be here to witness the madness. So if we go to output training data 1, that's the one. So this is going to be NTTW V. I think this is V77 actually, because we've already got a V66. I called it V6, but I think I'm just not remembering how many I've actually made. So if I go to the main page for Not the True World, this is going to get its own... Well, I could just put it in the same one, actually. probably would make more sense, wouldn't it? Not the true world is an ancient repo by modern standards. I don't know if they're ever going to let me see it, but okay, here we go. Let's see. Keep going. Wait, did we go past it? Keep going. There it is. Wait, it is V66? Right, okay, I take it back. I just could have sworn there was a V66. Let me just kill this. So if I go into... Where is it? E drive? No. G drive? No. Needs more coffee. Soon. Yeah, I'm just like checking myself, so I need to find out. Yeah, we need to duplicate this tab. That's the quickest way. Duplicate the tab. Go to models. I need to go back to Laura's basically and just make sure I'm not crazy, which I'm probably crazy. Not Flux, Civet, N. And there, look, there it. Well, oh, they're new. Okay, I take it back. You know, I take it back. It is actually V6, and it's actually V66. So let's just clean this up. 66E6, or as they might say it elsewhere in the world, 66E6. There it is. Hey. So that's done. I don't know why it's not in order. Oh, there we go. Cool. So yeah, if this is good, probably end up with a V66, E6 and E9, just like they are. May as well just put them up like that. I think people know what epochs are by now. All right. So both Lauras are in place. So just need to get that. This is 66. Copy that, and or just take it. It's going to go custom nodes, DGZ nodes, and the prompts. Paste that in there, and then we're basically going to do the same process that we did before. So, oi, where'd it go? Oh, I moved it, did I? Okay, fair enough. We're gonna compress it to a zip. We're gonna go into the manage files. We're gonna delete the... Oh, that was close. We're not gonna delete the... I'll come back to this. But what I'll do is I'll put the thing up here first so I don't forget that part. So that doesn't need to be NTTW full 66. Okay, there we go, all done. So Ivid, let's just duplicate tab. I wonder if I've even installed my own workflows properly. We could show you how to do that if I haven't. No, where is it? No, this one, no, this one. Yeah, I haven't even installed them. Right, it's a good excuse, good excuse. So, what I do is I go into Comfy UI, and I go into Users, and I go into Default, and I go into Workflows, because that's where all the workflows are when you open them here. That's the same place. So, if I just open a terminal from here, go back to my workflows, grab the URL, we can just clone it straight inside. And obviously that means if you go in that folder and go terminal, you can do the git pull. Might even do like a batch file that looks to that place and include it or something, or figure something out. But yeah, so there you go. Look, now I've got all my workflows. So if I now go back to my comfy, I'm in my new area here. So we open this up. Look at this. Not there yet. Might have to restart comfy for this one. Yeah, you got to restart comfy. That's okay. It's because it just didn't exist before. Okay, it's already restarting. It's probably going to make another comfy, isn't it? So. Come on, my man, I believe in you. Are all of these up? Did I upload those? Let's find out. Caption tools, safe sizer V6. Ah, there it is. Oh yeah, they're both there. Smart crop, safe sizer, and safe sizer. They're both there. I was sat there going, did I even upload that? What about that one? Image captioner append. QuenVL image captioner append V70. Yeah, it's there. Okay. Just making sure. Come on then. Man, this thing is slow sometimes. A person kicking a rugby ball WAN LoRa. That's an interesting one. I bet it'd be really good at that. You probably only need like 10 videos. Probably don't even need videos. You probably just need 10 images. Like stills from a rugby game. Can train it on Replicate. Replicate has a WAN video trainer that takes images. I don't know how much it costs. I haven't tried it. But yeah, just FYI. And those ones, you don't even need to caption. I think it captions itself if you allow it to. You just put your trigger token in front of the auto caption and off it goes. It's using QuenVL, same stuff I use in here. Images don't work, huh? Oh, that's a shame. Because images train Hunyan really well. The image quality was just as good. It was just the subtle motion that you get from training video. It is worth it, but it's like costs 100 times more. Yeah, the diffusion pipe I have won't run on my 4090 because apparently I don't have FP8 support. What? I run FP8 all the time. So I don't know what it is. I don't have time to figure it out, so I stopped messing with it. I think we spent a couple of hours on the stream setting it all up. And then it just crashes saying, you haven't got FP8. I did some research and installed the stuff that apparently you need. Doesn't work. It just gives the same error. I searched for people that have, no one else seems to have the error either. So I was like, oh well, it's all right. Something else will come along that isn't like, short trousers. You don't need short trousers to enter. Like, honestly, some of this stuff, it's all about user friendliness. Yeah, you wait until you have some problems, Dragon. Everything's great until it's not. And what happens is, every now and then, you'll come across a problem. I think it's happened to me twice, maybe 3 times in the last 3 years, when you genuinely hit a problem that no one else had, and no one can help you. Yeah. Usually what happens is, the author does an update and the problem goes away. It's funny that. Usually you can't do anything about it. Like I said, a 4090 does support FP8. So if training doesn't run because it doesn't support it, that's a problem I can't fix. Anyway, like I said, it's probably like there'll be a commit and then it will work. So I'm not too bothered. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. If you could say that. I mean, I wouldn't really call it being punched in the face. I would call it an anticlimax because it just is broken. Hey, I could spin it up and show you if you're interested, because you use it, so maybe you'd have some insight to offer. But right now we're looking at a bit of fluxage, so maybe we'll get onto it later. Right. So anyway, we've got my workflows now. That was the main thing. Apparently it's ready. It just didn't tell me, which is pretty normal. So let's throw a workflow together, and oh, we don't even need to. We can just pull them in now. So there we go. We'll just go into flux here. I'm just going to grab something simple, which will be the LoRa lines. Or shift lines. Yeah, shift lines. Oh no, I'm missing thingy. That's okay. So what is it? That's a primitive float and it goes in the denoise. Okay. Weird, but okay. Any more? Is that the only one? That's the only one. So let's check our stack. I would rather... Why am I on like... What's going on here with the zoom? Everything's tiny. Come on. No. Yes. I think I got it back to normal. Right. Yeah, I can read that now. I would like to use the Gaguff. And I would also like to use the Dolphin. No, the Jaguar. It's even better. The Jaguar... FP8 clip, that's fine, that's good. We're on SDXL at 4:4, but we're in image to image mode right now. So let's go for text to image. We'll give it an image so it doesn't error out. Flux shift is on, upscale is off. Okay, so this should give us a quick turnaround, and then we've got a text box, alright, which is going into here. So what I'm going to do is a bit lazy, but it's okay. I'm going to go and grab my Zenkai prompt V4. Well, it might be more fun. Nah, V4. I always have crazy ideas halfway through doing things, so just minimize that so it just becomes a connector that splits. It's fine. And the first thing I want to check is the Thora stuff. So, Thora. KZK Thora V3 captions. There we go. And then we're going to find my LoRa loader. Where is the LoRa loader? It said LoRa. Did I do the LoRa somewhere else? I don't see a LoRa loader anywhere. Photo shift lines. Ah, this one doesn't have a LoRa loader. Okay, maybe we'll use that. Someone told me about it before. Was it Power LoRa? Yeah, someone told me about this before. Let's use that one instead today. I normally use the stack, the LoRa stack by Crunchyroll, is it? No, Comfy Roll. Crunchyroll. That's something else. So the model goes into model flux, and the clip goes into here and here, and the model gets distributed through that node everywhere. We're on one shift. Let's see. Oh, what's that? Load image. What's this? What the heck is this? Oh, what? That's a really weird way I've got this set up. Well, first things first, you can't run this if you're not on the cloud, so we get rid of that. Second thing is, I think this is a comparer, so I'll leave it on. Leave it on. Put it up there. So there's your upscale, which you can turn on. There. And then it's all set up to be the exact same size. Yeah, this is my upscaler basically. So I think that's going to work, but for the sake of what the heck? This is such a weird way of doing it. This is obviously me 8 months ago. I was a little bit messy by the looks of it. Yeah, because there's not even any like, how do you use it? Oh no, wait, no, there is. There's, my thing is here. So yeah, so Laura, add Laura. It's one of the QVL line, but I probably didn't mention that. Nope, there it is. Thora QVL car 06. So yeah, probably could have named the file a bit better. So it's at 1. We should have the prompt loaded. We're going to be doing 4 to 5. The reason I hooked all that up was so I could do that, so that when you want the upscaler it just works, and you don't need this, you don't need that. Kind of pointless stuff there, but it's all right. See, the funny thing about this system is it looks great, right? But there's a problem with it, and that is that it will break as soon as you go to image, because the dimensions of image to image won't match the dimensions of this, which is driving all the model shifts and all the crops and everything. So as soon as you use an image that isn't, you know, 4 to 5, it all starts to go a bit haywire, which is why I put it on crop and all. The way you fix it is with a bunch of switches that cover a 2 different sizes. So you'd have this into a switch, and then you'd have another one. So you'd have like a height switch and a width switch, and you'd switch between the 2 with the output from here. If you're interested in seeing how that works, let me know in the chat. Otherwise, I'm just going to move on, because we're not actually going to be working with image to image. And if we do, then I guess I'll get round to it. But if you're interested in seeing how that works, I'd be happy to show you. Otherwise, I'm just going to start testing. Let's see if it's broken. The problem with using Power LoRa Loader is you can't connect to the widget names with primitives. Ah, okay. That's interesting. I didn't even think of that. True. Yeah, normally I use a different LoRa loader, which has got like LoRa Loader with information or something. I don't even have it. I might not even have it installed. But that allows you to output the name of the LoRa as well. Even though, as you say, you can do it with KJ's node. That didn't exist at the time, see? He comes up with so many good ideas, that man. Right, so while we're waiting for this to load, I'm just checking over all of the stuff again. It does look okay. What am I doing for the seed right now? It's just random. Okay. That's like translucent or something. It's like neon somehow. Alrighty. So, yeah. Hopefully it'll stop loading the clip any minute now. Yes, something like that. Yes, yes. See, what I tend to do is, like, I haven't done it on this one, which is very lazy of me. In fact, let's sort that out. A project, a path, a generator. We'll have a primitive. We'll attach the primitive to the project name. The output is what we're working on, so that would be folder. Folder is the name of the flux pack. And then this is going to be LoRa testing. And then this is going to be, well, it's Jaguar, not, it is Flux, but it's Jaguar. And then here we are testing Thora V3. So, you know, if I change the LoRa, I'll just change the name of the project. And we're square. Or at least it keeps all the outputs separate, and it's easy to then be like, oh yeah, this was this, that was that. Easy. Until you have like 5,000 projects, and then it's like a labyrinth which you are trapped in. It's actually sampling. I can't believe it's actually sampling. Yeah, hopefully it'll get there. Okay, there we go. That's now hooked up. The most important part. Make sure to do that bit. And obviously, if we copy and then shift V, it'll already be hooked up. And then what we can say is we can say LoRa upscale. And then we can save our upscale when we activate that later. I got an idea. I need a soundboard. This is a typical, like, moment. It says the model's loaded. It's made it to the sampler. But it's not sampling. Spoiler, Dandelion? Have you read the latest version, Fernica? There's only 5 now. To be honest, I think that what I should have done is done the prompts in a different order. For example, I think the upscale should probably come in the late, as one of the last stages. And what I did was I went dirt, upscale, and then I did like 6 more things, which I think diluted the main plot. But if I was to do it in a different order, I'm sure it would be solved. So that's what I've been experimenting with. So the story of Morales Singh is not, it's not over yet. But yeah, the latest version was really cool. We added Golden Shadow and then also the action scenes. And do you know what? It refused 2 pages. It said there's no action on these pages. I'm not, you know, there's nothing to enhance. I was really impressed with that. Oh man, I was hoping you would read all the chapters. I did, but I read them as they were being writ out. So, you know, you can't really say you've read it all, can you? Because you can't see the ends of all the lines. So I know all the firsts. And I did a bunch of tests as well to see if it was, you know, made actual sense. Guys, it's been 2.5 minutes and it's still not sampling. Do you know what that means? It's coffee time. God, it's sampling! It's sampling! I think it got scared and actually worked. Maybe. That's ironic. 3 minutes and 37 seconds in. It's loaded now. For better or worse. Oh man, the settings suck. Okay, so we're gonna have to do some tuning. It's gonna be fun. It's a little bit rough. Rough in the jungle business. Rough in the jungle. What are you guys listening to? I'm jealous. I can't hear the music. What the hell? It gives me the vibes, you know? Nothing to lose. Oh yeah, this is a banging album. This is back to the 90s. Every single track name on that album is actually a line from Scarface. Fun fact. Right. I'm back in the chair. How you all doing? Sunday chill. That sound sounded inappropriate. Wait, what? What sound? Oh, you mean the button for... Wait, no, I didn't even push the button. I don't even know. Okay. Point of Bugle. In the Tommel, do you link or your checkpoint? Or did you type in all the KJ models? Yes. Yes, the answer is yes to all of that. So anyway, we're going to continue with this. The coffee making sound. Oh, mate, I think the coffee machine has had it, okay? I've probably had about 1,000 coffee. You know, like you get the machine, you just put a pod in, and they're super cheap. And, you know, you end up with, like, sacks of pods, and you're like, this is not right. This is inhuman. What's happening here? It's just not... It's out of control. I'm just joking, guys. I'm just messing about. But, yeah, the coffee machine has probably seen better days. You know, sometimes it makes extremely angry noises, but the coffee's still good, so I'm just going to keep going with it. All right, let's get back into this LoRa training or LoRa testing, should I say. So what I don't like about this is the texture. Ooh, that's not good, guys. It's not good. It's not good. So we're going to have a little look-see in the options here. First thing I'm going to do is put it to 1 CFG and give it a blast. Because technically it's 1 CFG with a Schnell model, but technically this is a train, so... Okay, did it? No, it didn't affect the problem. Didn't affect the problem. Alright, how about 4.5? I don't think it's CFG. I think this is a sampler problem. Let's have a look. I mean, look, it doesn't look bad until you zoom in. That's not good. So, okay, let's try just more steps first. It's the first obvious thing to try. Double the steps. Is that the machine that injects plastic into your coffee? Probably. Could be. Ah, look. Ah, that is much better. It was just not enough steps, guys. It needed 8 steps. I bet you any money if we go up to 12, which is technically triple. Oh my God, he's going for the triple. And then we should be able to get... That's probably peak. It's probably going to be diminishing returns. It might even be already. Let's find out. Nah, that's the sweet spot. Yeah. That's really good, actually. Okay, so 12 on simple with Euler. Didn't really have to do much there. So let's just make sure that the upscaler is doing the same thing. Oh, we're on SGM uniform down here. Okay. All right, then. So let's put the upscaler on and let it rip. Obviously, it's not going to be that image, unfortunately. That's probably why I had a loader on it. So I could load the image in, so I could literally be like, save, load. I'm going to, you know, rather than it just be like, I don't know. I got an idea. Save. Let's go back in time. It's a good trick. So 12, now the upscaler. Okay, so yeah. Now it's going to make the same image again. Yeah. So what this does, this is my, you could call this my homebrew upscaler. It doesn't use a GAN or a ESI, it doesn't use a GAN model. It just does bicubic 2, and then it does a 768 tile. Okay. With 0.1. Sometimes 0.05. Really, really slight amount. 4 steps. We might change that. We'll see how it looks when it comes out. And then a color match. And that's how you get that. Which is much nicer. And that's 2K. And it took 36 seconds. So it's fast, efficient. Let's just show you the before and after. Now I know that there's compression on the YouTube, so, but that's the original. I'll just let that be the original on the screen for a second, because I know, like I said, it probably keyframes it and you can't even bloody see it because of the compression. But if I now go to the right, you'll see it's a lot sharper. Well, it's really difficult to show this on stream. When I watch the videos back of this, it's very difficult. Anyway, so you can see the difference. If I go in even closer, original, upscale, original, upscale. So the reason I like this is because it doesn't have the hallmarks that you get from having like an upscale model in the mix, right? But if you want to, you can put an upscale model in place here, okay? But my experiments showed that it took longer and often cooked the image in various different ways. You know, some upscalers burn your image to a crisp, so you'll be careful which one you use and all that. Yeah. So yeah, so far this model's doing okay. I'm just waiting for a flesh horror. We haven't had one yet. Ooh. Ooh, okay, we've got some finger dysmorphia, but it's not bad. It's not bad. It's almost a gun. I mean, you could almost say that's a gun. Cool earrings, cool eyes. It's actually really good detail coming out of it for not even upscaled. And it's going to upscale it, but you know. So obviously these are going to go up on the demo for the Civet. So yeah, may as well just put it on instant, because yeah, I need these. Before, after. Before, after. Definitely worth doing. Really nice lines. It's definitely got Laura. Ooh, wow. I can't believe it managed to get this stuff. The Last Train didn't manage to get this stuff. It's phenomenal. And it's all down to the captioning. The captions being accurate give the ability to actually learn the image. It's crazy. One time I was do you know, I probably didn't even mention this, but the first few hundred checkpoints I did was style checkpoints in 2.1 768, and I never even captioned. I just used a trigger because I was doing collections of art and I wanted to average the art into a style. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I was doing. But they didn't, you know, and so, like I said, slowly over time, I've developed the captioning techniques so that, like, it's more able to actually learn what was trained. So in the data set, she's got these crazy colorful eyes. So it looks like it's actually learned that really well now. This is going to come out real nice. So yeah, anyway, the idea of this model is actually to be a image-to-image model as well. That's one of my major goals, because you can train things to be super accurate, but usually that comes at the expense of them not being able to transform very easily. Okay, so if I was to upscale this image with a GAN, you would be able to see like a weird, like a tin foil. It would almost have like a tin foil like texture to it, which would overlap and overlap and overlap and overlap, and it would make up shapes in various colors and shades. But what you get with this is much more like digital illustration, in the way that, you know, the groups are on the page. Dragon's got to take the dog for a walk. See you later, my man. Oh, and we got the next one in. So this is making cool Thora portraits at the moment. That's just what the caption is. It keeps landing on a similar caption. Because remember, there was some extreme close-ups. We're not printing the prompt out, are we? No. We've seen that one before, or something similar to it, I think. Crawling around. But yeah, the detail is nice. It's done a great job learning. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit more cartoony eyes. They're starting to break down a bit, but when you come to here, it kind of works. It's the pupil. The pupil isn't always central. I think that's what, you know, because it's okay when you do this, but when you do this, it's too much. Wow. It's not something you can't outpaint, though, you know. So these are coming out to 1920 by 2304 at the moment. Oh my god. Is that even anime? Oh my god, is she melting? That's a little bit worrying, isn't it? Let's say it's rain, guys. She's got conjunctivitis. A little bit worrying. I wonder what the prompt was. It would have been just a close-up of somebody's face. Jaguar! Don't make me drop you, Jaguar. So yeah, that's nice. It's captured all the style. Good perspective. One of the things I found was often it would make a good person in the foreground, and then the person in the background would be like, you know, which is something I think maybe, again, in painting, you know what I mean? But I think part of it is that it doesn't have any data for small people. Yeah, she's got infinite clones. Spoilers. She doesn't even know it. That's the thing. There's loads of Thoras. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. So you don't invent cloning tech, because that's how you get Thoras. And they get everywhere. This is interesting. Where did it get this from? And why is she so squat? Giant head. That was something I had a problem with as well with anime, was often the head would be either too big or too small. Just a lot of the time this would happen. No idea. It's probably because of different styles of anime and it gets confused. It's kind of funny though. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, the upscale's way better. But it's still meh. It's meh. So we're almost done with the test images for this. I'm just going to blast a few out like this for the Civic Gallery. She's sneaking around the megastructure again. That's a major theme. Sneaking around. Yeah, usually when I want to keep consistency, what I do is I generate a bunch of images that are similar, and then I'll create like an IP adapter spread, and I'll use that to steer the generation. Yes, in Cyber Society we get long body. Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? I can always remember when I was trying to get multiple arms, like Vishnu, you know? Trying to get multiple arms and it wouldn't let me. I was like, no. And then I managed to do it somehow, but it was really hard to get right. Okay. It's really strange. It's like she's at school, but that doesn't make any sense. It's not canon. Yeah. Okay. It's like a lunchbox or something. It's like steel. Really strange. This is a really strange image. But then I guess we are using Jaguar. Jaguar is a fine tune. Look, see, every time we see her crying, it's like gel. Weird. Next. Not interested in that one. I mean, the detail on the eye was good, but it's like crying ice or something. I don't know. That's not in my data set. There we go. See, that's just crying, but it just looks really weird, man. It's like the water's coming from the wrong places or something. I don't know. She's a synth. Oh yeah, you're right. It's the mechanical fluid leaking out. Right, that's why it looks weird. She's not human. Yeah, true, chibi. That's right, Fernicar, you nailed it. That miniature Thora had a bit of chibi in her. Big head, little body. Weird. I mean, it's cool when it's in the context of a kids show. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like we have cartoons too, right? Now that's getting close to an award winner. That's a good one. That's a good one. Only problems are you'd need to in-paint the trigger, get those fingers right, and we've got a weird stock which could probably be removed. Apart from that, that one's really good. It's getting a lot of data that isn't from me, though. I don't have anything with giant wheels on hips, so that's not mine. But if I remember right, we picked an early epoch. Yeah, 6, right? So that means that there's a lot of the base model in this. It's very elastic. Let's have a look at this gun then. That's not bad. Correct number of fingers, trigger discipline. We got the rifle, we got a scope, we actually have a barrel with a muzzle flash or break, I don't know. That's probably one of the best ones I've seen so far. Just in terms of like, because there are images like this in the data set, but I could never train them properly before. You would always have like extra fingers, extra arms, you know, just weird physiology. That's a strange angle, but it works. You know what's funny though? We're sat here looking at the first ones when there's like the really good one down here. Look, should probably just look at this one. It's good. It's actually really good. Like I said, what is that? That's 45 seconds. So I think it takes like 5 seconds for the initial and then 36. Or is it now? 49. So I guess it's making, yeah, it's counting it all as one job. So it takes 50 seconds. to get to there. And so my plan is basically fine-tune a LoRa that gets you these images, this image quality per scene, and then generate the first frame of your video, right, from a LoRa. So then they're consistent, it's the same character, it's the same location. And I think that will help when you turn your story into a prompt list. You know? Because that's like looming on the horizon. Weird magazine. She's holding... This is a weird gun. Maybe it's a space gun. Who knows? Okay. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. The gun's a bit crap, but everything else looks good. Oh shit, the trigger finger's a bit short. The background characters are interesting. I've never seen this kind of detail in a background. Oh, what? Is he holding his other hand? Or has he got his arm around? Whoa. Oh, this one's cool. So basically this model has got a bunch of like anime war babes in it, I guess. I don't know. That's not the intention, but that seems to be what it's learned. It's supposed to be a character, but it's made her like modern military, I guess. Well, there's only one. Ooh. She's crying blood. Definitely a synth. It's not bad. It's got fingernails. Don't see them every day. What's up, Doc? That's harsh, isn't it? It looks fine. The eyes is what I was trying to train. I was trying to train better eyes in this model. I didn't realize it would make them bleed. I think that's a function of this model. What's this last one looking like? Oh. Yeah. I mean, she looks like a giant for some reason. I don't know why. Do you know what I mean? Like everything around her looks like a smaller scale than she is, if that makes sense. Like that handle there. I don't know. There's just something about the scale here that makes it look like she's in a model of a place. Like, why? Do you know what I mean? It looks like you should be able to walk out of here and she's crawling out of it, and it's just a bit... This looks weird. I know it's probably like a ventilation duct or whatever, but to me, I'm looking at it going, why is she ginormous? Gilligan's Island, yeah, Gilligan's Island or Gilligan's Adventures or whatever. Yeah. Okay. So that's that one. So now, of course, it's very easy with this setup to just go, I'm going to check not the true world next, so that'll be 66, and then we'll get, where is it? We'll get this, and also 66, and we'll do E6 first, and we will fix the seed real quick, and we will fix the there we go, prompt. Fix the seed in the prompt. Let's see what we get. And when it loads, what I'll do is I'll immediately go to the next one. And then we'll be able to compare the output of 6 and 9. Obviously, you'd have to make loads and loads and loads of them to do a fair comparison, but it should give you like a vibe. So that is this image at E6. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. It's done a really good job, actually, guys. Oh my god. This is way better than the previews. These are all tiny people. Look at them. They're all like standing on the edge and stuff. There's like an old woman in a chair. Oh. This is really nice. Just like people. That's what I was going for. I was trying to train little people. I was like, oh, I want little people walking around everywhere. That was the idea of the model. When we first come up with the concept. Training little people. Oh, and it's done the upscale. So let's see what it did with the upscale. So it goes from being a bit rough to being a bit sharper, but not so sharp that it looks weird. Everything's just a little bit clean, just a little bit cleaner. Like if you zoom right in, you can barely notice, but look, there's more noise. You know what I mean? Everything just gets a little bit cleaner. Look at those pillars. Low res, high res, low res. It kind of reminds me of anti-isotropic filtering in video games. But anyway, messed around with that. So, do you know what I didn't do? I broke the golden rule. You're supposed to change the thing. Otherwise, it all gets mixed up. Right. Now we can just put it on. Oh yeah, do one more and then take the seed off. So now it's going to give us the Epoch 9 version, which is a little bit more trained, you see. Put that back on random. And let's have a look and see what it does for the new thing. E6 to E9. Ooh. Okay, so the architecture is a lot more intricate. We've got more balconies. And there's more little people too. It looks kind of natural, kind of photographic in a way. The noise is kind of... looks like JPEG artifacts a little bit. Interesting work. They're having some kind of balloon party, it seems. I like this world we've created here, though. Look at this. It's really quite cool. It's like something out of Elden Ring. Or Onion Ring, depending on what you play. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. They look like little, fully formed little people. They're tiny. Tiny people. Look, there's even more tiny people. Ah, that's actually... well, it implies distance and scale, you know. The problem I have is sometimes it'll put people in places that breaks the scale of the whole image. Like if you've got people that are this big here, you can't have people that are this big here. And however big these people are, they've got to be bigger than these, smaller than these guys, but bigger than these guys. You know what I mean? It's like there's rules. Otherwise it's like, what, is there a giant over there? You know? Maybe there is, but you know. I like the subtle detail on this air balloon. You can see the basket. It's not really much to it, but you can see it. Okay, so yeah, that's the difference between the two epochs. I'm going to be doing E9 from now on. So let's go. And in fact, I should put that in here. E9. And what we'll do is we'll go back and do some E6s. So obviously I need some demos for the civet. Okay. We're coming up on Writers Room Hour or Writers Club, so my plan tonight is to see if we can write a short story with Gemini Flash, and what problems do we run into, that kind of thing. Crazy week. You say that again. Like I said, I mean, I wish I could say more. Unless you didn't mean to say that, because I'm now responding to it and the message is gone. Crazy. Yeah, it definitely has been crazy, though. One of the craziest weeks this year so far. And we've still got 2 more weeks in March. So this is a good example of how my tiled upscaler will essentially fix. But here's the thing. This strange noise that you see here is actually like food for the upscaler to turn it into something else. So... really cool. Look at this. It's like little cyberpunk cars and stuff. Let's see it. Okay, it hasn't completely fixed the images, but they are a lot more defined now. You can definitely see them better. Got people and stuff, just like before. Very cool. Very cool. And like I said, it's going through all of the different styles, one prompt at a time right now. I just really think that little people in the scene brings it to life. I see some really cool images, but sometimes they're like stale, or not stale's the wrong word. They're not lively. Steampunk. Yeah. Yes, the rebranding. Yes. Well, there's still plenty of room for all that to go wrong, but I think I'm going to be okay. I think we're going to be okay, guys. I've actually started taking a bigger laptop home now, because the notebook is cool, but it's supposed to be a portable device. It's not supposed to be a workhorse, right? So I was overloading that, and so I switched to a laptop, and now everything's speeding up a bit again. I'll still use the Chromebook. I'll still use it, but only remote. Statistic on rebranding next month. Yes. I mean, all I can tell is if things go up or down. You know what I mean? Up, down, or stay the same. You know what I mean? It's a lot like crypto in that way. So, yeah, but you guys will know. You guys will know. Because like I said, it's like... you could make the argument that I switched over to live streaming. At Christmas, but that's not really what happened. But you could make the argument, because you know that is also factual, right? But there's a reason for that. There's a reason for everything. Basically, I've been doing loads of work. Bottom line. And if you've been, like, everyone that's been around for a long time knows that when I'm not putting out the videos, it's because I'm doing stuff, like, usually that I can't talk about, which is fine. Is there anything else than like and subscribe capable of increasing statistics? Yeah, sharing the video. Sharing the video is the most important thing. You'd be surprised. The few times that people have shared my videos, we do really well. We double our growth. It doubles growth. Pardon me. Doubles the growth. Or more. You know, a good link in the right place is like priceless. The problem is you don't want to be like spammy. You know, people don't like that. So, you know, I don't go out of my way, and I probably should, you know. This is really cool. I love this. Just a freeway, like, really high up. And there's people walking on it. What? See, this is the sort of thing that I do. I like to put in too much detail because I know I can remove stuff that doesn't work. You know, these people in the roads here, I could remove them. Or I could remove the cars if I'm going for no car utopia, you know. Give me a refusion tutorial and I'll spam the hell out of that share button. Can you make a drift car drift that track? Probably. See, what I would actually do is I would zoom in on the road, and then I'd use the video model to generate a car there, or train a model. Whoa, look at that! Yes, this is what I was trying to get. So it's like there's a building hanging off the bottom of the building, but it's actually floating up in the air like a giant. I think this is Sky Cathedral style. Yep, that's right, Sky Cathedral, because it's a Sky Cathedral. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So yeah, these are all coming out very nice and very sharp, but I have seen sharper. That's what it looks like to have a cloud. Yes. Yes, this is... You park your house in a cloud and then keep it there. Yeah, these are looking really nice as well. You see what I was talking about with the scale of people, though? The scale of people can break the shot, because you're looking at it and it's like people here, and it kind of informs you of how big everything is, you know? I like how it's not just making GoPro drones everywhere. It's actually like spacecraft of a kind. They are very samey and a bit warped, but that's okay. I'd get rid of the ones that didn't look good, you know? But yeah, we could sort out a refusion tutorial this week. That'd be fun. Oh, look at... That's interesting. Very strange ripple. Oh no, he's going to jump. But this is kind of the problem, see? This one big guy makes everyone else look tiny, and it messes with the scale. So I would delete that guy straight away. He's getting deleted because the rest of them indicate scale quite well, and this guy breaks it. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is the universe engine I was trying to make. It's going to create all this stuff. It's a bit like that Myst game. I don't know if you ever played a game like, oh, it's ancient now. It's not even a game by modern standards, but Myst was one of the first CGI, choose-your-own-adventure, first-person puzzle games. It's a very strange niche. But a lot of the imagery looked a bit like this. Just not as complicated, because obviously the AI can really go to town. So let's have a look at this one. This isn't so good. I would say that's not very good. I mean, it's usable, but it's not very good. It's kind of melty in the middle here. Melty in the middle. You can up the upscale or up the steps for that, by the way. Matter of fact, let's put the steps on the upscaler up to 8. If I remember right, it didn't really look as good until we got to 12. Yeah, Myst was crazy. Yeah, at the time it was like cutting edge, which is kind of funny now because you play it now and you're like, what? What was everyone excited about? But they don't understand that there was nothing like that then, you know? It'd be like playing Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and there's never been a side-scroller like it, you know? Which may or may not be an accurate statement. These are nice. My only complaint is it doesn't seem to have learned railing very well this time. I think it was better at that before, but it was always a bit ropey with scaffolding and stuff. Okay. So that's going to be the last one for that one, and then we go back to E6, and we say 6 and go. And let's see what the mid-train look like, because like I said, there's a double convergence because of the S shape in the training. So you get an early convergence, which tends to be more elastic, but still contains a big bias to the model weights, which is good if you have a high-quality model you're training on. But E9 is more faithful to the training set, so you might find that it's not bad, it's just different. Because I think that I mean, you can't really call it off one image, but that's pretty good. That is pretty good. It hasn't even been upscaled yet. It seems to be better. Do you see what I mean? Like when you look at stuff like scaffolding, it's not kind of blurry. It's not sharp, but it's not like blurry and ghosting everywhere. You can see that they are defined structures. They're clearly defined structures. Like, for example, this little bit here looks like it's breaking down a bit, but it's so light. You could be like, oh, it's probably a cable. But when it's doing it all the time, look, see here? This is like melted. It's all melted. And so it's like, you look at it and you're like, it doesn't make sense. Again, you get little bits of that stuff here. You know, these structures shouldn't be, is what I should say. They shouldn't be. They don't make sense. It looks like bracing that you don't need. And also this here, where there's a brace, but then it kind of becomes part of the wall. It's that kind of stuff. It's flaky, you know. It's flaky. It's not like a pattern, but you know, you can see it's trying to go bracing, 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 bracing. It doesn't make sense, you know. These are the sorts of things I look for. It's the same like this. Look, we got a staircase to nowhere. That's good. I like that. That's excellent. So, hey, you going to the shop? Yeah, come down this here. There's a ladder and a staircase and a ladder. It's very strange. Oh, look here, another one. Look at this ladder here. I love this ladder. This one's good. That's how I get back to my house. Or maybe this ladder. Ooh. Ooh. That's cool. That's cool. Right, let's look at the upscale of that other one quick. See if it fixed any of the things I pointed at. So, it had a go at fixing that staircase. It didn't even try to fix whatever the hell that is. That's supposed to be a staircase, but you couldn't tell. There's a staircase here that goes nowhere. But the actual people in the image look great. I mean, this is what I would do. It's all about the in-painting and the deletion of things that shouldn't be, and then you're good. Like, usually I'm deleting birds that have, like, strange, like, three-winged birds. They get deleted, you know? There's plenty of them to leave behind, so... So before, after, before, after, before, after. Yeah, it looks good. It looks really good, actually. It's probably one of the better ones we've ended up with. The grass looks a bit funny, though, in places, which isn't perfect, but, you know, you can't have it all. You can't have it all. That's pretty good as a concept, you know. It's a floating cathedral. That's what it is. Railers are in the edge of the limit of the VAE decoding. In the future, they will say we use VAE because we couldn't do 512 by 512 without it. True. True. Here we go. With another unconventional bridge design. But these are just coming out sharper in general. I don't know, maybe it's just me. It's kind of hard to tell when you got like millions and millions of images. Kind of hard to be like, oh, this is better than that. But I think the proof will come when we get to doing image to image, because I am going to have to do it. I think I'll just rewire it rather than putting in a big switch section. Ooh, that's very nice. Right. You guys can wait for the upscale while I check that leak. I'm gonna get it sorted. Finish that coffee. It's funny. It's like I finished the coffee as the next one comes. It's brilliant. We got a good system. Right. So then, what are we looking like? We're still making these. These are actually really good. But they're good in a different way. You can see the model bias. It's starting to look a bit like Toronto. Whereas that's not in my data set. You see how we're borrowing the model's knowledge to get scenes that I didn't train? But they're kind of like mine, but they're kind of like what it knows. And that's why I believe the lower epoch convergence point, the 6 or 7s, rather than the 8s and 9s, with our formula, tends to be better at image to image. But I'll show that in a minute. Wow. That's almost like a poster. That is almost like a poster. So we're going to take it off cue. And then we're going to have a little bit of a talk about, I don't know if we've got enough time for it. What happened to the time? I'm gonna push on. I'm gonna push on. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. That is pretty good. Like, I've seen sharper, but remember, we're not even using a GAN, okay? So if you've got like some super cool upscale GAN thing, you can throw this into it at 2K and just do a 2x or even a 4x if you want. It'll go up to 8K. Bioshock City. Well, if you remember the story, Fernicar? What's the story we're working on? Westwick? Westwick is a flooded city, Gothic flooded city, right? So here, let me, now we've finished, let me show you. If I go Westwick, okay, Westwick, right, okay, and then let's see, NTTW v6. So what I'm going to do is go prefix NTTW style :1 bracket space. So that will go first. And then now, do I have EP? Draft EP1. That's drift, not draft. silly man. Drift, not draft. Right. Open up the story. Open up the story. Golden Shadow. Nope. Default. Default world. World. Yep. Nope. Yep. And let's give it a rough shake. Yeah. I haven't even set anything up. Okay. This is my world. Please describe the city. Please describe the city using only image prompts, limited to 75 tokens. Don't even need deep thinking. Let's try it. Don't try it. Don't you try it. Oh. Okay, don't need that right now. Let's see what it makes of that. Oh, the underground. Yes, true, the sewer people. Oof. Scent of espresso. I'm not sure how scent of espresso. Well, whatever. Don't question it. Trust the process. Queue him up, queue him up, queue him up. Get him in, get him in. Now, I could do a lot more effort to make the prompts more accurate. Like I could feed it the whole story, for example, but... Ooh, lots of people. It's like a mad hot dog festival. Why are there people standing on there? No! There shouldn't be people here. It's like the thing I taught it, it got too obsessed. It's like now there's people on all the roofs and all the ledges. Oh. This doesn't look like our world, by the way. It's not noir or flooded enough. So maybe if I say Gothic, noir, flooded. I don't think it's going to work though, but we'll give it a go. I should have given it the book and been like, make the prompts from the book. Probably would have made better prompts. But this is not bad. It's not bad. Crazy looking building. It's funny that it's like overshadowed by a big, glass box. It's like this beautiful architecture and it's just like glass. Ooh. That's cool. It doesn't fit with the story I'm writing. It's way too bright and, I suppose you could just color shift it green. Just color shift it green, like Matrix style. There you go. Now it's all depressing and, it's drab. Is it upscaling now? Yeah, it's upscaling. Oh, we got 4 more left. All right. So while it's figuring itself out, make this really big so we get it over there. Yeah. Well. Oh my goodness me. Stop poking out. Alright. Let's see. We're going to have to do 66. It's going to be a flux. D NTTW style among many. That'll do. What do you mean? I don't believe you. I still don't believe you, Civet. I still don't believe you, Civet. I still don't believe you, Civet. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe I'm gonna be here all night. So yeah, that's getting uploaded another time. Oh, it's doing a great job. That's like a very realistic photo. See what I mean? By because the low epoch will take. Oh, it's so crazy. It takes the model knowledge. You know, gets a lot of weight. Wow, that's an awkward angle to put your foot out. That would hurt. Oh my! I can feel my hip cramp right now. The cramp is real. Yeah, Thora dancing in the heights, yes. Well, this looks very modern, do you know what I mean? It's very modern, right? Because it's supposed to be an enhancer when used passively. So, like, even if I took the trigger out and I just started prompting stuff, it should give me a better image by being loaded because of what was trained. It has lots of data. Like, look at that distance. Look at those buildings, man. It looks like a photo. Crazy. The blossom's pretty good too. No weird pattern on it. Oh wait, you can almost see the pattern. Oh, got a new image. Cars are driving the right way. The lanterns look good. Got some really good detail. Man, it's making me hungry. I'm not supposed to look at food this late. No. Oh, flooded streets. Not quite how I'd imagined it being, but it's a step in the right direction. So now it's more gothic and it's flooded. Yay! I know what I could do. Alright, we'll do this. 16, 9. Yeah, we're upscaling that. Ah, sweet and sour chicken balls. No! I can't look at that right now. Everywhere's shut. Everywhere's shut right now. And I don't do my weekly shop until Monday. So Sunday is usually a lean evening. Unless I'm weak. Invest in junk. Okay, again, it's not really understanding the concept of flooding, but it's made the ground water. You know what I mean? So I can't complain. It's just that it's clearly not actually. It's like an inch deep, which isn't. That's not what I'm going. Whatever, you know. It just looks like a really big puddle. But whatever, you know. Like I said, I didn't train this model to illustrate that story. I just thought it would be close. I made it to do Sky Islands. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Sky Islands. Ooh. Ah, yeah, nice. We're upscaling. Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah, look at the disc. Look at this, okay? If you ever needed a reason, look. Original, my upscaler. My upscaler. Look at that. You got two ghouls. There's two ghouls here. And then using the tiled upscaler, we get a human face and a human face. They might not be pretty, but they are human faces. Okay? How about these? It's a real challenge to get faces that far away. So he became part of the wall, so that didn't work very well. That guy got a face. And that guy got a face, but it's, again, he's not pretty. He's not a handsome man. And they're too far away. What about over this side? So, I mean, they got better. She definitely got she went up at least 2 points. Him maybe 1. This guy doesn't even have a face. And then look, eyes, nose, mouth, right? Eyes, nose, mouth. Nothing. Splodge. So yeah, like I said, I know this is a good one. It's just, you know, like everything, you have to kind of refine and re-roll. Yeah. My dog is now considerably lighter. What have I missed? I would say not much. You've missed a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but essentially we tested the Not the True World model and we started prompting it with strange things like for the Westwick stories we've been working on. Not pretty but human. Do you know what? Let's make that our prompt. I like it. It's a good prompt. Not pretty, but human. If I wanted to be smart, you know, we'd have a negative prompt, but there is no negative prompt. You'd put pretty in the negative and just say, but just say human, not pretty. But this works. Not pretty, but human. That's a bit harsh. She looks all right. What the? AI, man. It's a really interesting shot. We got some dude or person over here, and it's obviously in a studio. Nice reflections, really artistic, actually. So, let me show you something, because this is interesting. Wait for it. 5 out of 10. Hey man, you don't have to like everybody. Right, where is it? Okay, so now with the upscale, much better. Looks much better with the upscale. So like there'll be a visible improvement. Yeah. A visible improvement in the detail. Huge difference, actually. Huge. This has got a bit more creases and stuff in it, though. What I usually do is I pair this with a couple of other processes, basically. That's what I try to do. Okay. So, anyway, the reason I said this is interesting is if I load that back in, we're about to make the exact same image. But here's the kicker. I'm not going to load the Laura this time. And let's see if we get the same image. It's always nice to do a blind test when you're finished, just to be sure that you're not crazy. Because what if the Laura did nothing? You're like, no, the Laura did nothing. No, it did do something. See, the person in the background had like a sleeve tattoo, and the text, you couldn't read the text. It had become like a flash. Let's pull them up. And obviously we're not comparing the upscales, we're comparing these two. Jaguar 8 and 9. So one of them is using, so this one uses Not the True World. Oi. Oi. You can't go to the next image when you're in full screen mode? I don't know. I want to go between the two. You monkey. Okay, we're getting there. Output. It's going to be buried in like Foda, Thora. Wait, no, this isn't. It's not Thora. It's that one, maybe? Nope. 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 Come on, man. What's going on? It's in Westwick. Right, I'm being an idiot. Okay. There we go. Right. Oh. Wow, that's actually quite an interesting difference. I didn't notice that. So, like I said, the effect of trained Lauras on generation, you know what I mean? It can be quite unpredictable. So what we've got here, hello Kirk, what we have here is an architectural Laura. So a Laura that was designed to do straight edges and stuff. Without the Laura, you get this image. And I would say that's a pretty nasty striping thing on the neck. But so without the Laura, you get this image. And with the Laura, you get this image. Isn't that strange? Did it kind of change her race? She kind of looks more Asian. I don't know. It might just be because it's black hair and dark eyes. So bizarre. And she goes from wearing like casual leather to formal. I don't know what you call that. There's a special name for it. But yeah, what I was interested in was the background look. It's a completely different person. That, you could argue, is the same person. Or it's this person. So anyway, I don't want to go round and round and round for too long, okay? But yeah. That was no Laura. And then just for fun, put it back in again. And this time, instead of no Laura, we put it on E9. Then what do we get? Not pretty, but human. Love it. You could say even better. It's not pretty, but it's human. That's even more. So E9 made her even more Asian. Isn't that interesting? Don't you think that's interesting? She's almost Japanese. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. It's kind of hard to put your finger on it, but that's interesting. An interesting effect. Same jacket, so that's consistent. This guy has a shirt now, not a multicolored thing. The books are gone. There was a bookshelf. And also this has got a little little triangle on the circle there. Obviously the upscale is going to look great. Yeah. Upscale looks great. Zoom all the way in. That's as far as I can go in El Comfio UI as. So, yep, there it is. We were going to upload the images to Civit AI so that it had all of these demo images, so you know, but unfortunately must be busy up there, so we couldn't do that. Right, so you know what it is. It's coffee time. Yeah, coffee time, everyone. It might be late, but it's never too late for coffee time. I need that micro plastic. Oh, it's already over there. It's angry. Calm down, you beast. It looks funny, and it tastes funny too. Christopher bursts out, an Englishman drinking coffee in this bloody hour. I know. But that's because time has no meaning. Right now, it's all the time. Just depends where you are, doesn't it? But yeah, Mr. Coffee is jealous of Machine 14 getting all the treatment. It's true. Mr. Coffee used to be a giant thing like a vending machine. Now it's like you can get coffee machine the size of your mobile phone, I bet. Tiny. Right then, we're back. Welcome back, everybody. This is the last section of the show where we go through, I call it Writers Club, and we're doing it at the end of every show this week, mostly because we've got this new system for writing with LLMs, and like I said, it works really well. I've written 3 books and 2 short stories in the last 4 days. Okay, and you say, oh, they were just all generated from nothing. No. It was all generated from my own notes, which I'd been writing for like the last 9 years. But that doesn't matter. Okay, that doesn't matter. I don't care, right? If you want to go and get Blade Runner and Total Recall and just slam them together with, like, you know, Lethal Weapon or something, you just slam those 3 together and distill that down to the format this system uses. You could go ahead and write entire seasons of TV shows, and it's cheap. If you've got full control over everything, it's probably one of the best things I've come up with for a little while here. So, like I say, fully customizationable. At the moment, what we're doing is we're running this story that comes with the tool. So if you were to git clone this from my GitHub, because I do give it all away in full, where is that? So if you come to my GitHub, we've got a lot of learning resources, one of them being the Johnson's Narrative Spittoon inversion. Now, inside here, you'll find story has the final page. I would rename that to page 6 and then use the 6-page prompt. The default, okay, that refers to the default project. Everything, all the files in here are listed in here. This defines what story is going to get written, who's in it, what they're doing, everything. But there's a twist. And the twist, as many of you here are regulars know, is that it writes backwards. It doesn't build a bridge to nowhere. It starts at the end and it builds bridges page by page from the future into the past, which is a hell of a lot easier to do when you've literally scaffolded all these rules about who is what and where they are and everything. So yeah, you can generate entire books in minutes, and then you can use all kinds of other prompts to upscale, blah, 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 blah. So we've been doing all of that stuff, and that's been a lot of fun. If you are on our Discord, you will know that in the LLM Writers Club, it's not locked to roles or anything. Anybody can go in there and post. What we have is we have a bunch of drafts, and they were done in stages to show you what the full book looks like when you've actually done all of these things. So like we started off, in fact they're all in pins, so if you go in the pins you can see we got, so say stage 1 is the raw that comes out of the first prompt. Expanded means we've upscaled every single page by 2x. Smoothed means, again, there's a prompt for that. It smooths the narrative. Repetition sniper identifies and eliminates repetition. The golden shadow identifies loose ends and completes them. And then the action enhancer looks for action in a page. If it doesn't find anything, it says, I didn't find anything, I'm not doing anything. But if it does find stuff, it suggests a way to improve it by like slowing down time, describing things in more detail, that kind of thing. So that's the story of the dandelion story. And like I said, it's a full story. It's not like a little demo. We've gone full on and completed it. But interestingly, it's one of the shorter books I've written lately because it had come from a 6 or 7 page system. But like I say, the interesting thing about this is that you can use other prompts like the artifact builder or the extra artifacts prompts with any books that you have written or have access to or wish to play with. And it will distill these down into the artifacts that you need for your own custom. So this is the default theme. You can create your own theme, which has its own files. You only need spittoon, tutor, and writing style. And to be honest, tutor is for the end, so it helps you to review and identify weaknesses and things like that. There's far more prompts in here now. And yeah, so it writes the hero's journey in reverse by default, but I've also included 100 years of story types. So as you can see here, if you just put in one of, in place of the hero's journey, you can swap that out for any of these, and they do work. We haven't tested them all, obviously, but we've tested a bunch of them. I might do Pursuit next. This one looks like fun. Pursuit. The hero is pursued. That one looks like fun. But yeah, like I say, that's where we're at. So what I wanted to do today was take a look at alternate models, because so far we've been doing everything with Claude, which is fine. And I've also got another couple of tips, because there's a couple of things I've noticed. And that is that you should never have more than one story in the narrative spittoon. And the reason for that is because VS Code loads all the folders. And so what I'm saying is copy out your story when you're done with it. You see how here I've got expanded smooth sniper because it's easy for me to show you. But what happens is when you work on a new story in the story folder, it starts reading these. And then it gets really confused. Because it will be like mixing up books that aren't even related and then, trying to do the task for a page on a third, So, yeah, it can get really confusing. So what I recommend is actually just copy this out. Okay? Even if you're working on a story which is in the same theme, It's got the same definitions and rules, but because, like I said, it'll get confused. So keep it clean. Only have what you're working on inside. Just make another one. You can clone multiple of these. It's not going to make any difference. Okay. That was the main thing. Because that was a big deal. I was like, oh my God, it's getting so confused right now. At one point, I was actually getting quite angry about it. I was like, what are you doing? It was, but I was using 03 Mini as well at the time. It didn't happen with Claude. It only happened when I started trying to use cheaper models. An 03 Mini isn't even cheap, okay? So the first thing I'm going to try doing is we're going to try doing a new story from scratch. So obviously we're still going to use this default template, which is the noir stuff, okay? But we're going to change the last page. So let me just create the new story folder so we can let it rip. And then inside of it, we're going to put a page 5 because it goes 5 to 0. So that's 6 pages, which is enough beats to just, we're just going to do the, in fact, let's do the chase thing because it might not be bad, right? It might not be bad. I can always do it again. So we'll go pursuit. Hero is pursued. So I'll keep that up on the screen. And then we also want the 6-page story, which is here. And we also need the last page, right? Now obviously you can do a variation on this. I'm not gonna. But you can do a variation on the last page or write your own. I know the bananas are gonna get, we're gonna be burning bananas for the last bit of the show tonight, so yeah, I hope you enjoy. So this is the final page. It's a typical sort of noir detective piece, all right, with a little bit of like sci-fi for fun. Let's get rid of that. So as I said, before I run anything, I'm just going to make sure that I'm not carrying over a bunch of stuff I don't need. So in a way, even the prompts are kind of a little bit problematic. It put story in the wrong space. Yes, there. Okay. Close that. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out. And let's see if we go to, it's on D and it's in tools, and I think it's not 4 but 4. Yeah, it's 4. It won't let me paste. Okay. You will do what I say. There we go, it's done. So first things first, we need the prompt. Obviously these are already in the folders. It's probably just easier so I can show you what I'm doing. So we've copied the prompt here. Yeah, a 6-page story, right? And it's not 6 pages, that's 6 chapters. But yeah, so we go in and let's put our prompt in. So here we have it. So that is, and like I said, I always check, is this actually the no? See? That's not a valid path. So, slash and start typing default project instructions. There we go. Default. It's just slightly, it's just installed to a slightly different path. So if I do that, there we go. That's valid. Okay, cool. So I'll just update all of the links. Probably possible to write it in a more simpler way so you don't have to say it multiple times, but so page 5 down to page 0, that's great. So I'm going to put that in my copy buffer. Now we're using 3.7 thinking and we're using enable extended thinking with 1000, the minimum amount. Now this works great, okay, it works great, but it's expensive. It's $15 per million tokens, right? That's not great, right? We can do better than that. I was gonna do 03 Mini, but I'm already running an 03 Mini story back at home, so I thought let's try Gemini Flash. Now, is there a particular version that you'd like me to use? Because it's quite popular at the moment, and I would have thought we'd use Flash thinking, but they all say free on them, so what the hell's going on? It's free? Because I don't use Gemini Flash, but I was thinking this would be a cool thing to try. Supports images. Flash thinking. What's the next one? Images. Next one, images. So they all support images. Flash 01. Flash light. 30 cents per million. 40 cents per million. Just don't enable approve all. Oh no, don't say that. I reckon it's this one. Okay. Good. No, we want to change it over, please. Gemini Flash thinking. There it is. Oh, it changed back again. Oh, God. This is like a thing. Okay, we should be now in modes. All right, good. Make backup. Gemini doesn't follow Klein well. Yeah. I don't doubt it. Don't worry, we can get out of this. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You know, that's what I'm here to find out. This isn't really about the writing of the stories, guys. We've done that before. We know that works. This is about trying to do it cheaper. And or... I say and or because I'm not sure. I mean, that looks fine. This looks great. Holy crap. Return with the elixir, resurrection, the road back, reward, the ordeal, approach an innermost cave. So this is going to be hero journey. It's not canon. It's not canon. It's true, actually, because stuff happens to this character. It's very much like there's fan fiction, you know? Like everything is fan fiction, you know? And I love how it's like, I give you the last page of a story and tell you to write a story with AI. And then we read them all and judge them. The problem is right now, they're too long. So no one's going to read the whole thing that fast, you know? Expand token info? What's that? It looks like he's understood the plan. Look at this. He's even given... rough framework of what he's going to do for the storyline. Look, he read all the rules. Man, this is actually really good. Dude. Is this free? But it just said 40 cents. What does free mean when it's not free? Does anybody know? Hang on a minute. I'm paying 40 cents for a free banana. Wait a minute. Let's go into act mode. Enough jokes. Let's see some results. Yeah, dandelion. So here we go. It shouldn't be called dandelion either, by the way. But I think... Oh, wait. It's because it's got the last... Yeah, it's the final page. It's fine. It's fine. If you don't have credits, it's free. Hey! Wait, so if I take my API key out, it doesn't charge? Wait, what? That's like a life hack. Just take your API key out and then it's free. What? It's the pay what you want AI model. He's almost finished, guys. Look at this. This is way better than 03 Mini. Holy crap, 03 Mini was pants. I'll show you in a minute. I kind of liked it in some ways, if I'm being real. But it was also really... You know how I said, oh, this is dry. It's just speech and stuff that happened, right? It's nice that you guys have something free, though, because I know a lot of people were like, oh, we can't participate, and that's not cool. You know what I mean? I like that. Oh, wait, we got a problem. Why is he writing page 0 in here? What's he doing? Why is he writing the whole book here? What? Okay, we got a bit of a bug, right? The bug is he didn't actually put page 0 in the page 0, and now he's written the entire book into the chat. But he did write all the other books out as files. Oh my god. Oh no, is he going to get stuck on the exact same line? Right, so ChatGPT and Claude both get stuck. Whoa! Yeah, they get stuck on that line and then finish the book. Dude, look at this. I can't believe it. He just put the entire... Oh my god. Gemini's special, mate. Hang on. Right, look. Here's the complete story. You could have written it out. Complete.txt. But that does mean that I can actually get the... Oh, wow. You can see the pattern here. Look how some of the chapters are really thick and some of them are really thin. Those 2 middle chapters are like 4 times small. Wow. So we wrote the last bit at the bottom there, and then it wrote this, and then to justify all that, it just wrote that, and then to justify this, it just wrote that, and then it got bigger again, and then we got to the beginning of the story and he gave up. But it's interesting. Gemini flexing its context window. Yeah. I mean, I think this is going to be really interesting because it's super cheap and it's very good. That was very good. Let me see how cheap that was again. Hold up. Let me just grab the chapter there because it's missing from 0. There we go. Save that. Just check the other ones are there. Oh. So he made all of the pages, but then he didn't actually fill them in. So let me just do that for him real quick, because I do, for the remainder of the prompts, I prefer to have them as separate files because it's easier to work on them like that. It's less data to work with and everything is just easier. So I call them pages, but they're actually chapters. Save, and then we get the 3, save, complete, we get the 4, and put that in, save that, and then the 5. You know, I can edit it later. Yeah, that's my... Oh, and then, yeah, that's just the end, so didn't change. What's that? I'm duplicating the content. Careful, the files have... Oh, sheesh, you're right. For some reason, it was on a blank screen. And every single file? No way. It's all right, it's just a Control-Z for each file. But what? What the hell? Thank you, Fernicart. I thought they were all empty. I was wrong. Okay. I thought they were empty. I should have looked at this bit, shouldn't I? It's my bad. All right. You have 5 and 6 in page 5. Let me see. I think I fixed it. There isn't a page 6, unless you meant page 4. Yeah, I undid it all. Yeah, I fixed it. Oh yeah, there's a delay. Of course, there's a delay. All right. So anyway, like I was saying. Wait a minute. Oh, why? Why? No. Okay, so we're missing chapter 5. Yeah, because it didn't write chapter 5. It was already written. So there. Now it's complete and I've got all my pages. Cool. Oh no. hang on a minute. Something very bad has happened. Which doesn't matter, actually, because I've already got it backed up 8 ways to Sunday. But it didn't. What was my prompt? What? That wasn't my last prompt. Please review my draft story, Golden Shadow. It's... My prompt's missing. That's not... It's March the 16th. What? Hang on. Look. Please review my draft story. Something's going a bit weird here, guys. That's not what we just did. It says, I see you'd like me to create a review. What? I must have copied the wrong prompt. I must have copied the wrong prompt. And because this is Dandelion. Right. I'm just deleting it because I've got it already. I've done it. I've saved it. I've backed it up. I must have used the wrong prompt, guys. All right. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this as well. This. I think I need to make sure it's clean. There. There's nothing left in there now. That's weird. I must have used the wrong prompt. See, I could have sworn I copied this. I'm sure I did. I'm sure I didn't use that. And I wasn't... This is so weird. Have I, like, screwed something up here? What's going on? What the hell? This is crazy. No. You don't... Like, literally, just now, we wrote a prompt out, which wrote all those pages. But then when I looked that prompt up, oh, do you know what I must have done? I know what I've done now. I figured it out. I didn't start a new prompt. It continued from Dandelion Review. Yeah, there it is, look. I'm right. I figured it out. It didn't start a new prompt. And that's why I thought I paid 40 cents when it was free. Because I didn't pay 40 cents. Okay. And then, because that chat was all about a completely different folder and story, it went off the rails. So this is the real test then. Start again. Oh man, some good coffee. Okay, so let's take another look. See, I was super impressed with how much it understood, but we might have been giving him more credit than he deserved. Understand the project context. Default, yes. This includes all of the universe documentation. Correct. We will carefully review the story to understand the end of the story, the setting, and the tone. Reverse hero's journey, which we know works well. There it is. Iterative page writing, start with page 4. Before the events. Yeah, so what happened before that? What happened before that? Read file and write to file. If he can do that, I think we're good. Because I think what happened was the story it wrote in full was the new story. And then I went and looked at the files that it was supposed to write, and they were actually a previous story. So I confused myself by going in the wrong folder, I think. So yeah, figured it out. I was there like, what the hell? I got so confused by that. But yeah, I think I know that's what happened. But it is writing the files. It's writing the files. That's all you need. What's the price difference on this? Free. Okay, so yeah, this one's free. Does anybody know how long Gemini Flash is free for? Does anybody know? Anybody got any information about that? Because I don't know. I didn't even know it was free. I mean, if this works well, you don't need a Formula 1 car. If it works well, right? Okay, now we'll write the final page. He's almost done it. And the thing is, this is what I call dry. So, we're going to embellish it with various other AI and reinforced processors. Yeah, it is free. It is free. I can confirm it's free. I haven't been charged. The reason I got confused was because I was using a previous chat where I had obviously paid some money. So yeah, as funny as it is, I was just wrong, you know. But yeah, so looking at this, I took another sip of coffee, staring out at the fog-shrouded alley. The day stretched ahead, long and empty. Unless something broke the monotony, it would be just like any other day in Westwick. Another day of shadows and secrets, half-truths and murky waters. Another day of just trying to keep my head above the rising tide. Little did I know, the tide was about to bring something unexpected to my doorstep. Something that would change everything. And that's on page 0, so it's okay. If that was on page 5, I would have been like bothered about it. Like, why are you writing that? But no. Okay. And so page 4 starts, but in the end, the truth was as murky as the waters of the depths. And at the end of page 4, he says, I left the goons groaning in the flooded market. Taste of ozone and blood thick in the air. Drown Town was living up to its reputation, but I was closer now, closer to the dame, closer to the artifact, closer to the truth that was buried deeper than the depths themselves. Turns the page. But in the end, the truth was as murky as... I love it, dude. See, the thing is, there's so many things that you could do. You could make a prompt that just looks at the end and the beginning of you know, neighboring pages, right? Oh yeah, your word wrap? Yeah. I keep forgetting about the word wrap, guys. But yeah, this is good. This isn't bad. This is good. So you can use my technique to write for free with Gemini. This is so cool. This is a huge thing because I'm going to be using this more. I'll be using this until they take it away, you know. You come in or what? So is there anything really that happens here? Let's have a look. Stood on the elevated thing. 3, a wiry cannon known as Fingers. Thanks, Fingers. This is pretty cool for complicated. That's usually my line. So yeah, all of this needs a lot of embellishing and fleshing out, but that's solid, man. It did so much better than 03 Mini. 03 Mini was a shock. I couldn't believe it. It was like it completely failed. Okay, let me show you how much. So that is how much 03 Mini would have read for every page. Tutorial is in order. Gemini for the wet feet writers. Yes, you're correct. You're correct. I think what's going to happen is, as soon as I get the free time, probably tomorrow or the next day, there's no time to do it today. But definitely, what I'll do is I'll start documenting it tonight. Because we have got it to the point where there's a default 6 prompt, which you can just run on the end that comes with, so you can see it just work without having to change anything now. I'm very happy with that. And I want to get on to choose your own adventures, okay? Because I know that this system, it has the ability to create trees in reverse, and we could give it an endpoint and then have it create variations of the endings, which then all feed down and down and down. And then I'd say at the bottom of the page, each page, you know, give the reader a choice of what to do, and it will tell them to go to a different page number. Now I can change what the page numbers actually are later. Okay, as long as they all as long as it all goes in sequence, it's fine. So yeah, but I can't do that until we finish this. So I need to document. What it'll be is there'll be a tutorial folder with an MD file that will have a step-by-step, do this, do this, do this, do this, use this prompt, right? And it'll explain all the options and a recommended, you know, step-by-step. So that's the plan for this. But yeah, look, see this? The fight was fast and brutal. The shock baton was quick, but I was quicker. Okay, so we're going to use page 4 to show something which we made yesterday that I didn't get to show you guys. So, because we hadn't finished it basically. So if I take my story action scene enhancer agent, this is a full agent, okay, and it works slightly differently, which is why I want to show you how to do it. We're going to use Flash, Gemini Flash. We're going to use a new chat. We're going to go to plan, paste the whole thing in, and this one's actually quite easy, but it doesn't, you know, I have to show you because it's obvious when I do it, but it's not obvious when you just read it. So hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Okay, so this isn't the full agent then. What? Could have sworn it was. Oh, I'm getting confused with the golden shadow. It's okay, this is good. So read at story, yeah? So is it actually at story? At story, yeah. Read at story. And then we will process one chapter at a time. So I'd say starting with, and we'll say page 4, yeah? So I want to do the action. Look at it, look at it, look at it. Trying to link to stuff. It's not even there anymore, but this is the problem. You've got to get rid of all your old stories, because otherwise you'll watch it thinking, and it'll be like, I'm reading a different book. I'm reading a different book. Now I'm going to fix the book your way. It's like, you don't want that. Yeah? It'll muddy the waters. I mean, it's good if you do want that, right? But if you don't want that, take it out. Take the other stuff out. So we've got a fight. So I want to see if he can zone in on that fight and make it more better. Yeah, it probably will, but we'll see if we can get... Look, story page 4. He's done it. Whoa, stop it. Right, okay, I've read the content of story page 4. So he actually didn't read the whole story then. That's one thing he failed at, maybe. Wow, look at that. Look at this. It's really going for it. It's going to make like a kung fu fight. Alright, sort of. Before I proceed, let me know if this plan yeah, I want to see what he'll do with no input, because I know if you give it more input, it'll do more what you want. But what does it do on its own? That's how I judge these things. What can it do on its own? 03 Mini wrote 3 paragraphs per page. It was extremely underwhelming, and I didn't even bother finishing the book because I was like, wow, this is like, you would have got more content by asking for poetry. There we go. It's finished. Hey, you were right. It kept going. I asked for page 4 and he did page 5 as well for without me asking. He's like, look, do you want me to do the rest? Look at him. Look at him. Do you want me to do the rest? I can do the rest. Give me a real job. He's like, do you even lift, bro? I want to do the whole book. Why did you give me 1 page? I like Gemini's attitude, but I want to see what it did. Okay. So let's go down to the bit with the fight. Here it is. So I'm going to read. So the fight was fast and brutal. The shock baton was quick, but I was quicker. I dodged the first strike and fired a pulse shot into the baton wielder's chest. He went down with a grunt, lunar energy sputtering out. The harpoon gun fired next. A heavy metal dart whistled past my ear. I ducked behind a stack of rotting crates, the wood splintering as the harpoon embedded itself. That's the original. Okay. Now let's read the enhanced version. The fight detonated. The shock baton lashed out. A blue burr aimed at my head. Fast, but not fast enough. Time seemed to warp as I moved. That's a bit over the top. A micro adjustment of balance, a shift of weight, and the baton whistled past my ear. The air around it charged and stinging. My pulse pistol cleared leather, the familiar weight grounding me. Aim, breathe, fire. A concentrated burst of energy ripped from the muzzle, slamming into the baton wielder's chest. He went down hard, a choked grunt escaping his helmet as the lunar energy in his baton sputtered, died, leaving only the smell of ozone and burnt synth fabric. Before the first goon even hit the ground, the harpoon gun roared. A heavy metal dart, thick as my thumb, screamed past my head, the wind of its passage tugging at my fedora. The wind of its passage. What the hell, my guy? Instinct took over. Crates. Rotting fish crates stacked haphazardly against a crumbling wall. I threw myself behind them, the wood exploding inches from my face as the harpoon punched through, embedding itself with a sickening thud. Splinters rained down, sharp and stinging. So it turned one paragraph into two, and it did loads of work. It did loads of work. Yeah. Gemini, big show off, Gemini. But that's okay, though, because this is the thing, right? Claude is a very technical coding assistant. So it can do writing. But it's very expensive for writing. So, you know, this is actually the biggest win that we've had for a while, because we're all doing writing stuff with this. And then there's just a free version. Okay. Looks like we're using Gemini for a week. You know, long-term test, right? A week is like a year in the AI world. Okay, so yeah, do you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. What does he say? Do you want me to proceed? Proceed. There we go. Let's see if he can do it. Go. I'm just not even gonna go on. Impress me. Impress me. Page 0, 1. Look, yeah. He's like, oh, I haven't done these ones yet. Do you want me to do it? Yeah, go on. Look at that. Once all the chapters are processed, I'll use the attempt completion tool to finalize the task. Do you know what? Gemini might be better than Claude at this. Because Claude will do like errors, timeouts, oh, I don't know what that command is, a lot of the time. This has actually been really painless. And even though the writing isn't necessarily as big brain, to be honest, I think that Claude is writing too much sometimes. You know, sometimes there's too much there. It's kind of overwritten. Yeah, overwritten. It wastes all your free tokens. Oh, so there is a limit, is there? There's a limit of free tokens. See, I'm not aware of that. I'm used to just paying for stuff, you know, I don't... Oh, by the way, in case you were wondering, guys, I put a post up in the Discord. The reason that the stream is 82 today is because I actually missed... I did the same... I looked through the list and I've done the same number on a stream 4 times. One time I did the same number on a stream 4 times in a row. No. 3 times. 3 days in a row I had the same number on it. And didn't even realise, I guess. So there we go. It's done it. Look at that. It's done page 0 enhanced in record time. I can't believe it. Right, so let me just... Because this is what I was talking about, right? It gets, like, infected by itself. So if I now say... OG Gemini. Yeah, that's good enough. Post them in there. And then I'll leave these ones here. And we'll just extract that. You know what I mean? So it's not possible to read the old version and get confused. Because that's one thing I noticed it was doing. So now we've only got that in there. Do you know what I fancy? I fancy a bit of Golden Shadow, baby. Let's see if it can handle that, because that was intense. I'll probably run out. If there is a limit of free tokens, I'll probably run out. Wait, you can switch to Google instead of OpenRouter and use even more. Wait, what? Oh, God. Wow, it's a free token buffet. I like it. So we're going to get the, not ghostwriting style, we want to get from the prompts, the Golden Shadow Restoration, baby. We are going to edit the file, not edit the file, copy the file. Let's see how Gemini plays with the Golden Shadow. So, kill that. I think what we'll do, though, is just to stop him from, like, looking for stuff that ain't there. We'll just quickly do an open and close, right? Yeah, see? What are you talking about, Willis? Yeah, the story's gone. Yep. Okay. So we'll go in here. And we'll go on there. Go up to the top. Now, this is the one I was meant to tell you about, right? So this has got a slightly different way of working because it is a full system prompt for an agent. So you can get rid of that at the top there because we're not using it as an agent. It is an agent, but you'll see what I mean. So you scroll down until you find methodology, and it says when presented with a story for a specific page for enhancement, analyze in 4 phases. So you think, well, how the hell do I link this and make it my story? Well, /story there, yeah, and then a specific page at /story, and then pick one. Yeah. So we're gonna look at page 0, and we're gonna have the AI analyze it for unexplored motivations, backgrounds, missing plot lines, all kinds of symbolic events, motifs, all that crap, all that. So off we go. And if we're lucky, he just aces this. Yeah, it looks like Gemini, literally free. Write books for free. You know how everyone's been like, oh, there's this website which does the same thing, or blah, 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 blah. Free now. Free on your computer. No one sees the work. Free. It's pretty good. The only way it could be better is if we had a local model, guys. The only way it could be better is if we had a local model. They're just not really they're just not really quite, you know, there are writing models, don't get me wrong, but it's more work. So let's see what the Golden Shadow found, shall we? So, setting, limitations, enhancement, showcase the drowned nature of the city, implementation, damp grey affair, fog rolled, enhanced morning was a damp grey, heavy with the briny scent of the harbour. Love it. Stagnant water pool in the cracked pavement, reflecting the grey sky like a broken mirror. Look at that for an enhancement. That's good. Current, the ever-present layer of dust that seemed to settle on everything in this drowned city included mingled with a faint clinging dampness. Oh, that's great. That's great. The foghorn's unease. Today the foghorn seemed to carry a note of unease, a subtle shift of the city's usual grey symphony, and it added, it wasn't just the usual mournful bellow, there was tremor in its tone, a wavering pitch that hinted at something amiss beyond the fog. So yeah, this is awesome. So I'm just going to say act. Free. Yep. Oh no! 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 Oh, it did it though! Wait, what? So we got 2 errors. I don't know what the hell's going on. And then it was like, I did it. Oh, and again. Oh, what the hell? Oh, I don't know what's going on. Help. Panic. And then he did it. I do turn that off now. Use the browser. Because it's quite expensive, actually. Didn't know. And also, I usually up that to 40, but that's about all I do there. Look at him go. What's he doing? Is this what you were talking about, Fernicar? Or he starts going crazy and just going around in circles? Why are you still... Look, what... The user is asking me to enhance the story. I need to apply the following changes. And so he says this. But wasn't he already doing it, though? It's like, what? And then he's done it. That's so weird. This thing works completely differently to Claude 3.7, guys. Oh, dude, he's going to do it. I'm taking advantage of this. Look, he's going to just keep doing it. He's going to do every page even though I didn't ask him to. This is perfect. See, all my processes work like that. Look at that. Do you approve of these? I've got to say yes. Continue. The plan and act button does nothing. He's just... He's just going to do it on his own. Yeah, it's true. But then again, I'd say that this is actually working a little bit cleaner. Look at it. Now it's going to repeat the process of shadow detection. And he's found a bunch of stuff. He's found a bunch of stuff. He's found... Oh, my God. Yes. Do you find these proposed enhancements valuable? Would you like, or do you want me to... Okay, I'm going to say... There you go, Mush. Off you go, son. I mean, if it's free... I mean, look, I would deal with a lot of nonsense for free. I would say it's not going to be free forever, so take advantage while you can. But I don't know what limits there are. Like I said, normally I just pay for tokens. So the idea of getting free tokens on a model that's actually good. It's faster than Claude. I'll say that now. It feels faster than Claude. It's not a try-hard. So even with Golden Shadow, we're still only at 3,000, which means when you double it, that's 6,000. That's going to be 36,000. 36,000 characters in 6 pages. I don't know. It's not bad. Not bad considering. Show us the context window. Do you know what? There's one thing I don't like about the latest Klein update, which is you can't expand the prompt anymore. Look. Once you've put your prompt in, if it's too long, you just can't see it. It just goes ... There's no show more. You can't get it back. So make sure you copy your prompt to a notepad. You know, I don't know why they made that change. I think it was so they could make it just be like this. But yeah, we're at nearly 1 million tokens up, 12,000 back. Let's move on to page 3. Damn. That's so cool. So we wrote the whole story. We haven't even done the graphical expansion yet. This is just... We've just enhanced it with Golden Shadow. I thought I'll do Golden Shadow first. You know what I mean? These are my... Look, plan mode response. He's still in plan mode. Act. Doesn't work, because... How are you back in plan mode? Resume. I'm in act mode, bro. Just keep going. Just keep going. Ooh. We're approaching 1 million tokens. Damn, look at it go. It's so fast. There we go. Full Dive Media said ages ago, and I didn't see, you think you tell him to be less flowery, it helps. Probably. But I would use more clear language to describe it. You know what I mean? I know what you mean. What you want to do is have a conversation with him and find out what words he uses to describe that, and then use those words. So then you're kind of speaking his language, you know? Wait a minute. Yeah. Uh-oh. Page 4. I approve. It's really funny. I approve of the proposed enhancements for page 4. There we go. Yeah, I've never, like I said, I haven't worked with Gemini for ages. So I'm glad it's working so well, because honestly, the last time I used it, it was a bit meh, you know? But then a lot has happened since then. I need to proceed to page 5 and repeat the process of shadow detection. We're nearly at the end. It's nearly done. I'm going to say... please proceed with implementing them. It's good. Done. He's just completed it. That's so crazy. It took record time, guys. Record time. Do you know what? Stretch goals. We're going to keep going and get the upscale done. So let's go back to the files. So there we go. Page 0 enhanced. Okay. So yeah, we're going to get that V3 page expansion. Copy raw file. In fact, I haven't done I'll do smoothing after. We'll do smoothing after. Okay, so default project instructions. We will expand story page 0 enhanced. There we go. I think that is correct. There you go. Let's go. Let's see what Gemini can do with the upscaling. Okay, it's going to read my instructions, which will make it read all the other stuff, or at least be aware of what that is. Whoa, okay, check that out. Whoa. My God, it's a little bit too much, though. Is it really? Let me read it again. The lower levels bore the incredible watermark of the tide, a dark mineral stain that marked the city's constant battle with the encroaching sea. Sounds were swallowed by the dense air. The distant clang of a buoy. The muffled rumble of a hovercar, all softened and muted. High above the fog-choked streets, perched above the flickering neon sign of Finnegan's Bar, my office window is a milky pane, slick with condensation. Rivulets of moisture traced paths down the glass, distorting the already bleak vista of the alley below. Down there, in the narrow chasm between buildings, stagnant water filled up the web of cracks in the aged pavement. No, it's fine. You just need to read slowly, that's all. If you read at a pace that allows the story to breathe, it's fine. If you read it too fast, it might turn into information overload. Yeah, that's what happens with descriptive text. But if you let it breathe and you read it well, 'cause I could have done better. I choked a few words there, or like stumbled on a couple of words, but that wasn't bad. It sounds fine. So confirm to act mode. It said, okay, let's do it. And boy, yoy, yoy. Yeah, I kind of like that. That's very cool. You have to lose token and time to tell him what flowery means. Yeah, true. See, the other thing is these pages aren't overloaded. Claude was like such a mad tryhard. He would write an entire book in every page. It's like I was trying to write short stories and he was lumbering me with 170 pages of like crazy narrative. I was like, my guy, can you just... Okay. Now do at story page 1. Now do page 1. I know what you mean. There is too much. See, I like this. It fits the theme. It's trying to paint a picture, right? That's what it's trying to do. And that's good when we come to trying to make videos. And, you know, because it's very descriptive, and that'll come in handy when we get to making video and the initial images for those videos. So, like, my next big project is to take a story, convert it into video prompts, and then convert the video prompts into image prompts, make those images, build a data set which is a sequence of those initial image, first frame image, and a video prompt, and then I'll have a data set which is an entire story from start to finish. So then you just let it generate. You just let it generate. Take the best scenes from those generations and put them all in order, and you've got your story. Yes, just a few, because of course we've already solved turning the script into both a narrator, if you want to do that kind of thing, or into characters with individualized voices, so you can have them say their lines and then not have a narrator because you're actually showing it. You know what I mean? You're actually showing all of this stuff is like seconds of video, you know, like dry leaves, grim alleyway, coffee. You know what I mean? So that's where we're headed. We're headed towards agentic video generation. So the narrative is built in, right? So you don't have to sit there going, what do I want my video to be? Because you've actually got like a story to tell. Yeah. And I think this is going to be like a big step forward for a lot of people who are like, because you don't have to, you know what I mean? This is what you want to tell. You edit the story, convert the story to video prompts to image prompts, and that's how you get the consistency, you see? Because obviously if we could just run video prompts now, which I did, but I used a John Wick lore, didn't I? And a John Wick story, right? And I did that on purpose, because I was, yeah. Must be hard to sleep in the present when you're living every moment of the future instead. Wow. What can I say? Plan drafted. Go. The focus object will be the flickering gaslight in the office. Does this sound good? See, he chose the insignificant object. So cool. So that's page 1. Now do page 1. Now do page 2. Now do page 3. Yeah, and that's why it's so important for the human edit, because when you come in full dive with the human edit, most of it is striking stuff out, like that's too much, don't need to know that yet, that's too much, don't need to know that. So most of the edit is you coming in and removing stuff where he was trying too hard, but once you've cleaned that out, and that sort of stuff doesn't even make any difference to the plot, you know what I mean? It doesn't touch it. It's a bit like my whole philosophy. It's easier to take stuff away or blur stuff out than it is to sharpen or add. You know what I mean? It's the same concept, you know? If we can get like really structurally sound, sharp narratives and then be able to go in there and be like, nah, and then less of that and get rid of this, you know? It's interesting. And as I was saying before as well, do you know what the most fun thing is? I've never written a book which I didn't know how it starts. And so I'm genuinely having so much fun writing them, because never in my life have I ever written a story which I don't know how it begins. I know how it ends, but I don't know how it begins, and it's literally the antithesis to story writing. Normally you have an idea of an ending in your head and you have to get there, but then you know how it was written. So it's just a bit of a, they say, like a shift in perspective, a paradigm shift, maybe. Who knows? So it's interesting. It's like a whole different perspective. So yeah, let's see if we can get it all done in one, shall we? Now do. I can't believe I'm getting away with just saying now do. Now do page 2. Fernicon wanted to do it, but failed to plan how to write it inversed. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's because I saw that I watched Christopher Nolan's Memento like 10, 20 years ago when it came out. I don't remember when it came out, but I watched it, and I was sat there going, so it was like every 2 minutes there would be a black screen, and then you would see the 2 minutes before that. And so the first time you watched the film, you were just like, what the hell is going on, man? And then the second time you watch it, you'd be like, oh, you figure it out. The whole movie's 2-minute segments in a reversed playlist. But it makes sense, because the guy's got like short-term memory loss or long-term memory loss, or whatever. He's got memory loss issues, right? So it makes sense in the context of the story. But it just made me realise all you have to do is write a 2-minute scene that leads to the next 2-minute scene. But the thing is, you can't do that forwards because you don't know how the scene ends yet. Whereas when you're writing backwards, you know how the scene ends because it was the one you wrote first, because you're going backwards. You see what I'm trying to say? I've heard people do this before. I think Dave Chappelle said he writes jokes backwards. So he comes up with he pulls a punchline out of a bowl. And then he just figures out what the joke is that leads to the punchline. And I was like, that's interesting. So he knows how the end is. He knows the ending. You know what I mean? It's just like a different way of. So you've got to justify how he gets to the punchline. That's a joke, isn't it? A joke is like a story that leads to a punchline, usually, right? Anyway, I don't want to go completely nuts. Yep, you can go ahead and do that, my guy. Scar desk. I'm super impressed with this, actually. It's actually taken. Well, I'll have to read the story back, but initially it feels like this is taking Claude's buns on story writing, but it really depends, because if when I read the book, it turns out that actually he cheated and he's not taking a lot of the instructions from our project rules, then Claude still wins. But it's so much more. I mean, look, the difference between cost. What, a banana per page or free? Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I'll take a lot of nonsense for free, you know? I've expanded thing. Now do @story/page 3. I can't believe this. It's crazy. Full Dive said, I like the descriptive with symbolisms used surgically that makes the image pop in the mind. I still think it can be solved by giving it a few good writing material. And then Fernicar says, like the ape I posted or the horse someone else posted before that led me to the ape, the dog barking too. They complement each other. Interesting. It's done. Oh, it's done already. Now do. I can't believe I'm just getting away with saying now do. This is real nice. Claude wouldn't let you get away with that. Not every time. He'd eventually be like, do what? What do you want about? Wait a minute. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I haven't even done it yet. Yeah, there is no page 3. Yeah. Oh no! I'm getting rated. Can't I buy credits from this thing? Or do they not let you? Everything is free. You can't buy it. Flash, EXP, Flash thinking. Yeah, I think it's game over because they've cucked me on tokens. You can't buy them. Wait. No, that's also free. There's 2.0 Flash. There's 2.0 Flash Lite. EXP. Hey, I want to pay. Let me use the thing. Light. All right, let's see if it's able to do it. Light 01. Oh boy, come on, change the thing, guys. Come on. There you go. He's changed it now. Good. Plan drafted, resume. Let's see how it does with... And what was it it's using now? 0.3. It's still cheap. 30 cents is nothing. We were paying $15, so this is like DeepSeek prices. It's very good. What? He's done it. Okay, let's see if it can continue. I can't believe I could just next do at 4, and we're on the home stretch. Expand context window. Yeah, sure. There you go. Remember, we've been using the same thing for the whole thing. We started at 0, so we're going to do the whole thing in one, like, you know. That's nuts. The token context with Claude, it would have been at 2 million by now. It would have been way over that. It would have been at 2 million after a couple of pages. So, yeah. What the hell is this? I'm already poking. Fingers. I hope Fingers is a person. Yep, Fingers is a person. I have done it. Let's go. We will have all sorts of new models from mainland China next year. Well, actually, do you know what? As we're here and you guys are like the most committed, I thought I'd share a not so secret with you guys. So let me show you something. Because we're nearly done. And I found something really cool, which I think you will appreciate. And it's a nice little scout signal as well. So let's just get this last prompt sorted. And into it. So next do at. I was wondering as well why everyone was using Gemini, because you can tell. It's not really a secret, but I think it's an underutilized information signal. Alright, you'll see. There. Go. Okay. So you all know I use Open Router for my credits. Okay, you guys all know. I recommend it. I think it's amazing. Now, there's something that you might not have noticed. This, right? This thing. Some of you would have already seen this, some of you haven't. And there's a little bit more, okay? So if you know what this is, you might not know the next thing and the next thing. So if we go to, say, newest, right? Alan AI Olmo, right? And then look at it, it's different. So what I'm saying is every new model that comes out automatically has a top chart. Now, if you already knew that as well, well, check this out. You can tell what's the most popular thing on the platform, dude. So, for example, Klein, 33 billion tokens. So what's interesting to me is every now and then Klein isn't top. Look at this one. Klein's not even in the list. Yeah? Klein's not even in the top 15. Code is here. Anyway, so I found a couple of things that were really cool. Because every now and then, look, new. So a lot of this stuff didn't exist. So, and Kiln was really interesting. If I actually get their address right, Kiln, it's local. Download for Windows, local, right? You can fine tune. So let's have a look at this. Look at this. One-click desktop apps. No command line. Advanced techniques without code. Fine tuning. Eval synthetic data. Fine tuning. Look. Create custom models tuned to your case. Deploy in seconds. Reasoning models. Use reasoning models or build your own by distilling reasoning from models like R1 into open models. Right? I've never used this. I don't know what it is. I haven't used this. I don't know what it is. It literally just popped up in the ranking. Kiln AI new. Right? I was like, what's this? I kept reading and it was like pricing. It's free. Private. It's local, not cloud. I'm like, what? What's this? So I'm quite excited to have a little mess around with this and see. Look, they even say they're even human in the loop, guys. I love it. Any AI company that actually espouses human in the loop, I'm all about it. I'm like, oh, these guys are cool. I bet they've made something really nice. Okay. Kiln includes a rating interface for rating dataset entries. This can be used to score quality of generated data or to evaluate quality of a model. It's interesting. It's an interesting little project. I'm probably going to stuff it on my laptop and see if it runs. You know what I mean? But essentially, you can connect it to AI providers like Ollama, OpenAI, OpenRouter. You see what I mean? Loop. When did I say loop? Loop. Loop when? Loop forever. Loop until integer. Loop until Boolean true. I don't know. Figure 8. It lies about human in the loop. They extort poor. Oh, I see what you're saying now. Yes. Maybe it's just a nice thing that they say. I get it. But, you know, this is one of my taglines. I'm a big... I think humans should always be kept in the loop, but that's just me. And yeah, so anyway, Kiln, this is just one of the things, okay? And there are many, many more. Look at this, your speech-driven AI companion backend. Now, I'll admit, some of these are almost not used. You know what I mean? 7,000 tokens for janitor AI? Are you kidding me? I did more than... Look, dudes, not being funny. We just did 12,000 tokens down, you know, just now, like it wasn't even a thing. So that means almost nobody's used that. You know what I mean? But that's not my point. My point isn't to go, haha, no one uses it. That's not the point, because Light LLM was popular for quite some time. Code is quite popular. You got to remember, it's filtered. So this is with Olmo, right? So if I go to Gemini Flash now, check this out. If I go to Gemini Flash Lite, which is what we were just using, and then look at the rank. Look at this. What's that? Novels Translation API. Chirper AI. What's that? 3 billion tokens. That's a lot of tokens. You see what I'm trying to say? So this isn't me saying, this is a bit like a trader analysis, right? It's not really about the up down in the chart. It's about knowing how to use the chart. And one of the things about this little ranking is, one, you can tell, look, 3.6 billion tokens. Okay. So like you can tell with the numbers, everyone is on the Gemini Flash Lite right now. Okay, which is why I'm looking at Gemini tonight. That was the whole point. I was like, whoa, everyone's using this. Now I know why. It's free. Loads of people are using it for free. Okay. There are less devs. Yeah, for sure. But what I'm trying to say here is, guys, you can snipe new projects that are popular, because there's two things here. Okay, look. Chat Vault might be really cool, okay, but Chirper is getting 3 billion tokens and these guys get 58 million. So I'm like, what's Chirper? What is Chirper? Share your Chirper characters. Join our Discord. See, what is it? Is this going to talk to me? Is that what this is? I don't even know. I don't even know what it is. Okay. It says AI life simulation. Is that what it says up there? AI life simulation. So you got my chats, my studio, my characters. Now, I don't want to, promote this necessarily, but whatever. We just found it and it looks cool. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's why I was trying to bring this up. And so when you click around different models, different projects will appear that maybe you've never seen before, and maybe there'll be something on there that's really cool. So keep your eyes out. Right. Well, I think that's pretty much everything I've got for you tonight. So thank you so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock for the Monday stream. We will start the week as we mean to go on. So I'll see you next time.